Good afternoon. This is Robert Palomar from Jobs 180. I will be hosting our program for today. So this is Jobs 180's Marketing Me Live. And today it is done for and in collaboration with Bulacan State University. So it's so nice to have you here. Thank you for making the effort para makasama kami ngayon. And I'm excited dahil meron tayong mga topics that we could share to you. And well, before we move forward, I would like first to invite you to join us for a quick prayer.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above, ye heavenly hosts. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
Hello once again and thank you for coming. And we would like to know you better kung sino aming mga viewers ngayon. Gusto namin kayo mas makilala. So we would like to request for you to put in your name, your course, the year you graduated, or the year you are graduating dito sa ating comment box. So comment nyo lang yan and then we will see kung sino-sino ang nandito with us today. Okay. As mentioned earlier, this is done for Bulacan State University and we are doing this with the collaboration with the Placement and Public Employment Service Office. That being said, well, this wouldn't have not been possible if it were not for your school officials. And we would like to share to you a message from your very own Vice Chancellor for the Bulacan State University Main Campus, Associate Professor Joseph Roy F. Celestino. And here to relay the message from you is Dr. Wenceslao M. Valerio, Head of Bulacan State University Placement and Public Employment Service Office. So good afternoon, Sir Wency.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. So I will be giving the floor to you for you to share the message.
Okay, good afternoon, BulSU. Please allow me to read the message for us of our Vice Chancellor for BulSU Main Campus, Associate Professor Joseph Roy F. Celestino. Here's the message. A blessed afternoon to each and everyone. On behalf of our university officials, headed by Dr. Cecilia S. Navasero Gascon, our President, I am expressing our collective gratitude to our partners in the public and private sector who will grace this afternoon's affair with their sharing of ideas. Allow me also to convey our collective praise to our hardworking people in the Placement and Public Employment Service Office. So to be headed, yours truly, Dr. Wenceslao M. Valerio. We are all waging a war against the pandemic brought by the COVID-19 virus. In this fight, we are bringing with us a hope for better things to come. This initiative to conduct a free employment orientation webinar is indeed a sign that this pandemic will come to end and that we will go back to the real normal that we always knew. With this hope, we believe that better things will come, our economy will bloom again, and opportunities such as employment will be open to all our graduates. Never lose faith. Here in Bulacan State University, we have opened to all our graduates. According to the needs of the industry, we take pride of our students. This webinar will help them further realize where to take and actualize their potentials. This webinar will prepare their wings and tomorrow They will fly and into the dawn of the real normal. They will all soar. Thank you and soar BulSU. God bless everyone. A message from Associate Professor Joseph Roy F. Celestino, Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs and Services. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Valerio, for sharing the message on behalf of Vice Chancellor Celestino. And we will be proceeding with our program, and I believe we will be seeing you later again near the end of the program. So thank you, Dr. Valerio. So just a few announcements para sa ating mga viewers. We will be having more webinars sa future, and you are still invited to attend. Whether it's area-centered or sa school-centered, pwede kayo sumama. If you could see sa aming Facebook page, makikita nyo ang topics that we will be covering. Tingnan nyo kung interested kayo, kung mag-a-apply sa inyo, and then join us, watch us dito sa aming Facebook live. And well, nakikita ko yung iba dyan, nagko-comment na ng kanilang name, course, year graduated. So thank you very much. Sana yung iba sumunod na dito. So moving on, I would like to show you the topics that we will be covering today. Now, we will be covering 3 topics with different speakers for each. Ang topics natin ay number 1, after graduation checklist, then virtual interviews, and then labor education for graduating students. So ang flow natin, 1 speaker for each topic, and then at the end of yung talk ng each speaker, we will have a short Q&A. So habang nagsasalita si speaker, pwede rin kayo mag-comment ng inyong questions and answers dyan sa comment box. Kung saan kayo naglalagay rin ng inyong name, course, and the year you graduated or the year you will be graduating. Okay, so I would like first to introduce na our first speaker. So we can start with our first topic. Here to talk about the after graduation checklist is a representative from Jobs 180. He has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. As a trusted resource speaker, he has done over 1,000 career development seminars in more than 400 colleges and universities nationwide. May I introduce to you Mr. Kim Chua, the Managing Director of Jobs 180. Hello, Sir Kim.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, Sir Kim.
Hi, Sir Robert. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. So we are having viewers here and you will be talking about ang after graduation checklist, which is
Yes.
kung ano mga kailangan nila to apply for jobs once
Yes.
they graduate. So I will be leaving the floor to you because marami kang pag-uusapan about it. Yes,
Yeah.
muna natin yung screen niya, sir, bago tayo
Share ko na.
magtuloy. Yes,
Can you see my screen now?
Naglo-load lang siya. Ayan, sir.
Naglo-load.
Naka-share na yung screen, naka-full
Yun.
screen na, and I can see and
Ayos.
hear you well. I will be coming back again sa ating viewers. May Q&A sa end ng talk ni Sir Kim. Type nyo na yung comments sa comment box. Babasahin ko later. May team kami na nagmamonitor ng inyong questions. So, thank you, Sir
Okay.
Kim. I will be coming back. Thank you.
Okay, salamat Sir Robert for the introduction. Good afternoon to all of the viewers, especially to those who are from Bulacan State University. Na-miss ko na po bumiyahe dyan, pero higit sa lahat, nagagawa pa rin natin yung ating objective ngayon. So to share to you some good things about being in this pandemic is that we have webinars. So hindi lang po ito ginawa para po sa inyo, para may magawa kayo, kundi para matuto rin po tayo at makapaghanap ng trabaho, 'di ba? Yan yung mga gusto natin gawin right now. So, para sa mga hindi pa ako nami-meet, tama po talaga narinig nyo, o baka nagulat kayo, narinig nyo kasi Kim Chu, no? May Wa talaga ang pangalan, Kim Chua. Okay, I always joke about my name. So, this afternoon, I will be sharing with you after graduation checklist. Yan. Kadalasan kasi tinatanong ko sa mga estudyante pagka ako yung nagtutalk, sure na ba kayong gagraduate kayo? Siguro naman ngayon, whether nasa loob kayo ng bahay or you're doing modular or you're doing mga synchronous or asynchronous activities sa school, I am looking forward to your graduation. And for those who have graduated, na baka na-stuck pa rin kayo, hindi nyo pa rin alam anong gagawin natin, ito po ang konting mga tips ko para sa inyo. These are very practical tips for you to apply on and to use para kayo ay makapag-move forward po sa inyong kinalalagayan. Okay? So, what do you need before applying for jobs? Yan ang ating pag-uusapan ngayon after graduation checklist. Sisimulan ko po sa 4 na bagay. apat na bagay po ang ating kailangan tandaan or paghandaan. These are the following. The first one is you need to have some basic. Kumbaga sa gera, kailangan mo mag-ready, 'di ba? Paano ka lulusob sa laban kung hindi ka ready? So 'yun yung mga basic things na kailangan natin. That's the first one. The second one is ano yung mga supporting documents na kailangan natin, no, as we go and prepare for our information for our application. The third item I will show you, ito yung legal documents. Ano yung mga kadalasan hinihingi sa atin, no, na mga proof of sabi nga mga dokumento na galing sa ating government. And the last one, ito yung mga maganda, mga nice to have kung tawagin. Ano tong mga bagay na magpapasarap pa sa panlasa ng inyong pag-a-apply sa mga companies. Okay? Ayan. So, sisimulan na natin. Okay? Now, when you look for a job, right now, everything is online. So, ang question ko parati sa mga nag-a-apply, are you using the right tool? Ang dami-dami kasing mga tools ngayon, mga platform, mga applications na pwede natin gamitin. Pero lagi kong tanong is, are you using the right tool? So, paano mo malalaman kung itong tool na ginagamit mo, yung right tool na nga ba? Ayan. Meron akong mga guide questions para sa inyo. At kayo na lang ang sumagot kung sa tingin ninyo, yan na nga ba ang right tool na gagamitin. Okay? Una kong tanong, ito yung guide question checklist ko. Unang tanong, do you want to stand out? Sa dami-dami na nag-a-apply ngayon, no, ng mga aplikante, nag-a-apply sa mga kumpanya. Sa hindi lang daan-daan, libo-libo pa nag-a-apply. How will you stand out? 'Di ba? Yan ang tanong, 'di ba? Bakit ikaw mapansinin nung HR, ba't hindi yung kasama mo nag-a-apply, yung classmate mo, 'di ba? So yan ngayon ang kailangan natin alamin. Paano nga ba tayo magsa-stand out? So, yan ang isa sa mga checklist ko. Okay? Second checklist ko. Marami ka bang files? Yung mga information mo ba pakalat-kalat? 'Di ba? Yung information mo ba nakalagay dito, example, yung mga documents mo, yung sabi ko kanina, supporting documents, may file ka ba para sa legal documents mo? May file ka pa ba sa mga other information mo? Kung ganun ang ginagawa mo right now, medyo mag-isip ka na. Kasi it's more practical to have everything in one file. And that is the reason why I'm showing you itong mga guide questions ko, yung mga guide checklist ko. Okay? Pangatlong checklist ko, pag ikay nag-apply sa company, maganda sana yung mabilisan na yung processing. 'Di ba? Sino ba naman gusto yung pag nag-apply pabalik-balik pa, papahirapan pa tayo? 'Di ba? Syempre gusto natin pag nag-submit mas mabilis, diretso sa processing. So that is another question, no? Another checklist, no, sa aking sa guide questions ko 'yan. Okay? Pang-apat, gusto niyo ba makatipid? Siguro naman lahat tayo gusto makatipid. Sino bang gusto hindi magtipid, 'di ba? So, 'yan ang isa sa mga again, guide in my checklist, no? Dapat makatipid tayo sa tool na ginagamit natin. At higit sa lahat, ito po para sa akin ang pinaka-importante. The most important thing is that your information should be secured. Do you want your info to be secured? I hope ang sagot nyo ay yes. Okay? If the answer is yes, yan ngayon yung limang items ko na mag-guide sa inyo towards using the right tool. Okay? And this is part of your basic needs. Sabi nila pa mag-a-apply, ano kailangan natin? Kailangan mo ng, sabi nila, pamasahe. Pero sa panahon ngayon, hindi mo kailangan pamasahe kasi hindi ka naman lumalabas eh. Anong kailangan mo? Resume, sabi ng iba. Correct. Yan. Narinig ko kayo kahit na nag-iisip lang kayo dyan. Parang mental telepathy ito, no? Yan. So, sabi ng mga nakikinig ngayon, kailangan ko ng resume at meron na akong resume. Ano na naman tong lecture na to? Ayan. Ito po, kakaiba. Ito po yung tinatawag natin right tool. You use the most secured resume right now and this is called the resume link. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Alamin nyo kung bakit as I go along. Sabayan nyo lang ako. Okay? So ano ba ang resume link? Ang resume link po, it's a personalized URL. It's a link that anyone can open online anytime. I will use an example. Halimbawa, pangalan mo ay John Santos. Halimbawa lang. Okay? Kung ikaw si John Santos, ang resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. Yan na ang resume link mo. Nag-iisip ka ngayon, uy, paano ko gagawa niyan? Di ba? Wala po tong bayad. Okay? Pinangungunahan ko na kayo. Sabi ko nga, di ba, tipid. So, importante, walang bayad. Okay? Libre. So, the first step is for you to register. Okay? You have to register to have an account. Now, how do you register? Follow me. Okay? Ito yan. First step is you go to this link. Kung meron kayong screenshots right now, i-screenshot mo na yung gadget nyo. Kung ayaw mo, picturean mo na. Kung di, sulat mo na lang para maalala mo later. Okay? Go to this link. schools.jobs180.com/BulSU. Bakit BulSU? Yan po kasi ang school nyo. Tama? Okay. So you go to that link and then what do? You register. Okay? Absolutely for free. Now, if ever hindi mo maalala yung link, hindi mo na screenshot, hindi mo na alala, hindi mo na isulat, ano pwede mo gawin? Pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. So, www.jobs180.com at doon ka mag-register. Okay? Hanapin mo lang yung school ninyo, Bulacan State University. Okay? Ganun lang yan. Pareho lang din. Okay? Now, let's go. As you register, ano gagawin natin? You have to start by creating your unique name. And that is actually your resume link. So, ano bang unique name? Yung pangalan nyo is a unique name. Diba? Kim Chua is a unique name. John Santos is a unique name. Now, halimbawa may kapangalan kang ibang tao, kapangalan mo, John Santos din. Naunahan ka mag-register. Ano mangyayari? Hindi na magiging available yung link na yon. So, you have to be a little creative. Pwede mo sabihin, Santos John. Diba? Pwede mo sabihin, Santos J. Pwede mo rin gawin J. Santos. Diba? Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, gamitin yung pangalan nyo. Huwag kayong gumamit ng mga kalokohang mga pangalan kasi may iba sasabihin, El Diablo, 'di ba? Boss Pogi, 'di ba? Minsan hindi maganda yung tignan eh. Actually hindi minsan, hindi talaga maganda tignan. Imagine if you're going to apply to a company and then the HR tells you, "Do you have your resume?" Ano sasabihin mo? Yes po, ang resume ko ay I am sexy and hot. .jobsonity.com, 'di ba? Kahit na sexy and hot ka, hindi pa rin siya mukhang professional. So I do not recommend that you use those kinds of resume link. Okay? So gumamit kayo ng pangalan nyo and whatever your name is, it will sound professional. Okay? Tuloy natin. As you register, what do? You have to use a valid email. Yung mga email na nabubuksan natin, kagaya ng Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, kung ano mga email na nabubuksan nyo, basta huwag kang gagamit ng email na kagaya ng, halimbawa lang michael@facebook.com na email. Yan, huwag kang gumamit niyan. Huwag kang gumamit ng christina@facebook.com na email to register. In short, do not use @facebook.com na email. Kasi pag ginamit mo yung @facebook.com na email pang register, hindi mo na mabubuksan yung mga pinapadala sa inyo ng mga companies as well as jobs180.com. Kaya importante, gamitin nyo yung nabubuksan yung email. Okay? At bakit kailangan mo mabuksan yung email mo? Kasi para matapos ka sa first step, kailangan mo mag-verify. Okay? So you need to open your email, look for the verification link, click on the link, and it's an evidence na ikaw ang nag-register. Okay? So tapos na tayo sa first step. Ganun lang kasimple. Diba? Ulitin ko. Ano yung first step? Register. Okay? Walang bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpleto lahat ng detalye nyo. Sino sa inyo magsasubmit ng mga resume sa mga companies kulang-kulang detalye? Siguro naman hindi nyo gagawin yan. Kasi hindi mo sasayangin oras mo tsaka oras ng HR. At higit sa lahat, hindi mo papahiyain ang school ninyo. Siyempre, itaas mo ang bandera ng BulSU. Pag nag-apply ka sa mga companies, better make sure kumpleto ang detalye. Okay, so how do you do that? You now go back to the link I showed you. Kung hindi mo na-picturean kanina o na-screenshot, gawin mo na ngayon. Pumunta ka sa schools.jobs180.com/BulSU. Okay, this time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register kasi may account ka na yan. Gagawin mo mag-login. Okay? So, halimbawa lang ulit, nakalimutan mo tong link at hindi mo na-picturean, hindi mo na-screenshot. Ano gagawin mo? Pumunta ka sa jobs180.com, www.jobs180.com at doon ka mag-login. Okay, you put your login ID and password na kayo lang may alam, walang may ibang may alam yan, kundi kayo at papasok ka na ngayon sa account ninyo. Okay? Once you're inside your account, what do? You start to put in the information. Fill in the blanks lang po yan. Ganun kasimple. Okay? Now, for some of you na nakagawa na ng resume, meron na kayong Word file, document file, or PDF file ng resumes nyo, ang gagawin mo na lang po ay ilipat mo lahat ng information dito sa loob ng resume link para maging secured. Ilipat mo na lang, copy it na lang here inside. Okay? Yan, ganun kasimple. Now, kung wala pa, of course, you go through the information. So, hindi ko na iisa-isahin yung mga details dito because I'm sure naman alam nyo na ano dapat i-fill out dito. 'Di ba? Kung nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo ilalagay mo. 'Di ba? Hindi mo lalagay address ng pinsan mo. So you unless magkasama kayo sa bahay, pwede naman, 'di ba? So, alam nyo na. Ang gusto ko lang i-highlight yung mga important parts na kaya nga sinabi ko part ng basic needs is to fill out all this information. Okay? So, ano yung mga important things na wag nyong isi-skip dito? Pagdating sa contact information, ilagay nyo dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na sa HR. Kagaya ng email, phone number. Diba? Hindi lang yan. Ilagay mo rin ang mga social media account nyo. Yes! Social media account like Facebook, Twitter, iba pang mga social media, lagay mo lahat dito. Bakit? Kasi, aminin nyo o hindi, mas madalas nyo binubuksan ang mga social media account nyo kaysa ang email nyo. Tama? Aminin nyo lang. Alam ko naman eh. 'Di ba? Hindi lang 'yan. Cellphone nyo, sometimes nag-away lang kayo ng boyfriend, girlfriend nyo, ano nangyari? Palit na kagad ng SIM card, palit kagad ng phone number. 'Di ba? So pag ginawa niyo 'yun, okay lang naman, no? Nagpalit kayo ng number. Basta lang i-update mo rin yung resume link nyo para makontak pa rin kayo ng mga HR. So ang gusto ko lang i-point out is lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Okay, whatever is the fastest way, kung mas mabilis makapag-PM sa inyo, pa-private message kayo ng HR para ma-schedule kayo for a virtual interview or for a physical interview maybe later on. Di ba? So mas mabilis. So put all the possible means na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Okay? Ano pang importanteng details ilalagay dito? Ilagay nyo ang work experience nyo. Kung meron kayong work experience, kahit na summer job, part-time job, or racket-racket lang yan, or sideline, walang problema. Basta totoo naging trabaho, ilagay nyo dito. If you look at the screen, meron dyan options. Nakalagay dyan, willing to work night shift, willing to relocate, looking for OJT, and willing to work overseas. Ang gagawin nyo lang, parang switch. Yes, no, switch. Okay? Lahat na yes, imamatch ng system yung mga profile na meron nyo dun sa hinahanap na profile ng mga companies. It will make your life way easier. So, hindi mo kailangan mag door-to-door para mag-submit ng information nyo sa mga companies. Ang gagawin mo lang, try to set this up properly, and a lot of companies now will start to contact you according to the profiles that you've set. Di ba? Mas simple ang buhay. Okay, tuloy natin. Schools, lagay nyo under education. Hindi lang BulSU. Kung meron kayo ibang school other than BulSU, you can also put it here. Wala tong limit sa space. Whether before or after kayo nag-BulSU, nag-aral pa kayo, lagay nyo lang dito. Okay? Seminars attended, ganun din. Pampakapal ng resumes yan. Iba, nagkokopyahan pa. Basta lang make sure nag-attend ka ng seminar na yun, baka matanong ka ng HR. Pagdating naman po sa certification, ganun din. Walang limit sa space. Ilagay mo lang dito. Kung meron kayong mga certification program, you also put it here. Okay? Because what you're doing is you're trying to market yourself more effectively. And speaking of which, pagdating sa achievement, yan, kadalasan problema yung mga aplikante. Hindi alam ano ilalagay sa achievement kasi sinasabi ng iba, sir, alam nyo, graduate na po ako at lahat-lahat, wala pa rin ako achievement. Alam nyo, hindi ako naniniwala dyan. Hindi ako naniniwala. Bawat isa sa atin, bawat isa sa inyo, lahat na nakikinig dyan, sure ako, meron na kayong naging achievement at one point in your life. Sure ako dyan. Yung achievement na yan, huwag mo ilimit lang sa loob ng school. Dahil hindi naman lahat ng estudyante, hindi naman lahat ng aplikante naging dean's lister. Hindi naman lahat honor student. 'Di ba? Pero some of you are very active sa mga school organization. Yung iba naman, hindi kayo active sa loob ng school. Pero sa labas ng school, sobrang active nyo. Sobrang bibo nyo. 'Di ba? Halimbawa, active ka sa barangay nyo. 'Di ba? Active ka sa mga proyekto dyan sa iba-ibang mga ginagawa sa labas ng school. Then, you do all these things. You put it here. Paalala ko lang ulit. Bakit mo to ginagawa? Because you're trying to make your information more catchy, more attractive to the companies who are looking at your resume link. Okay? O, tuloy pa natin. Pagdating sa skills at saka languages, isa-isahin ko lang sa skills. Ganon din ang gusto kong ipaalala sa inyo. Huwag mong ilimit ang skills mo dyan lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat education graduate ka, ang alam mo lang gawin ay magturo. Marami ka pang ibang alam kahit na ikaw ay education graduate. Marami kang alam, kagaya ng graphic design. 'Di ba? Marunong ka sa mga programming, halimbawa, marunong ka mag-setup ng mga music, 'di ba? Marunong mahilig ka sa magluto. Ganyan, lahat ng 'yan skills mo 'yan, photography, videography, 'di ba? Origami, lahat ng alam mo, skills mo 'yan, ilagay mo dito. Okay? Languages, anong lalagay mo sa languages? English, Filipino, because I'm sure you already know those two languages. And if you know local dialect, Sabacano, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Ilonggo, lahat yan ilagay mo, even foreign languages. Diba? You know how to speak Italian, Spanish, German, lahat lagay mo dyan. Walang problema, walang limit sa space. Okay? Pagdating po sa references, sigurado naman ako yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo eh. Ang problema lang dito is kung kayo ba ay kilala nila. Kasi madalas, pag tumatawag kami sa mga companies, ng mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala, 'di ba? So please advise them na ginawa niyo silang reference. Okay? So up to this point, these are, I would consider, the basic needs. Ito yung mga kailangan, make sure may laman yung resume link mo sa mga information na yan. Okay? Because these are the basic information that the HR will be looking at. Okay? Now, I'm going to skip the portfolio section and go back to that as we go along. Okay? Isi-skip ko muna yung next. Babalik tayo dyan. Let me now go to the second item. Ano yung second item? Supporting documents. Ano po ba ang mga supporting documents natin, Sir Kim, pag tayo nag-a-apply? Ito po kadalasan ang kailangan ng mga HR, ng mga companies kapag kayo ay nag-a-apply. They will ask for proof ng inyong academic records, kagaya ng transcript. Di ba? Minsan kasi mga ibang HR gusto nila malaman anong mga subject yung magaling ka or medyo may konting kahinaan. Baka may mga bagsak tayo sa ganitong subject, di ba? Depende. Or saan yung mga subject na talaga nag-excel kayo. So, they wanted to see lang a proof of that. So, they asked for transcript of records. Next, diploma. Ebidensya na graduate ka na. Diba? So, totoo lang, yung supporting document, ito yung mga information na nagpapatunay sa kiniklaim mo. Example lang kiniklaim mo na ikaw ay wala kang criminal record. Ano ebidensya mo? Kailangan mo ng NBI clearance, 'di ba? Meron kang police clearance. O, yan yung mga ebidensya. Halimbawa, gusto mo sabihin na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa. Halimbawa. So anong proof mo na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? 'Di ba? Meron kang passport, meron kang visa. O halimbawa, sinasabi mo marunong ka mag-drive ng sasakyan. Ano ebidensya niyan? Ang ebidensya mo ay simpleng-simple. Driver's license, 'di ba? So lahat ng mga 'yan, information na nagpapatunay dun sa claim mo. And those are the part of the supporting documents that you put here sa loob ng resume link. Okay? Now, switch naman tayo sa susunod. Ito yung item number 3. You need legal documents. Sabi ng iba, part ng processing sa HR, kailangan meron po tayong mga legal documents. So, ano itong mga legal documents kadalasan na hinihingi ng HRs or ng mga companies? They ask for government IDs or government mga certificate, depende kung anong meron, no? Sample nito kadalasan PhilHealth, SSS, Pag-ibig, no? Yung alam ko may Pag-ibig na kayo, minsan hindi higit pa sa isa, dalawa, tatlo pa, pero hindi yan yung Pag-ibig dito yung Pag-ibig yung alam niyo naman sinasabi ko. Okay? So, biro lang. Okay, balik tayo dito. Okay, yung mga certificates, legal documents like government IDs. I mentioned earlier driver's license. That is one of those government IDs that is being issued to you. Diba? Meron nyo ba yung unified ID? Nandun na lahat. Isang ID na lang. So, wag nyo wawalain yan. Dahil pag nawala yun, ang hirap makakuha ulit ng panibago. Diba? So, passport is also a legal document. Diba? So, yan po lahat ang mga sinasabi kong information na kailangan din nandun sana sa loob ng inyong resume link. At kapag sinabi kong nasa loob ng resume link, ano ibig sabihin? Yan, pinapakita ko na sa screen ngayon. O, tingnan mo sundan mo lang. Ipinapakita ko sa screen. Inside your resume link, after the reference section, you will find their portfolio. Sa portfolio section, dito mo ngayon i-upload yung mga sinasabi kong legal documents at saka mga supporting documents nyo. Yes, dito mo i-upload. Paano mag-upload? Alam nyo na yan kung paano. Diba? Pipicturean mo lang yung document, tapos i-upload mo dyan sa loob ng resume link. Or isa-scan mo, depende. Picture or scan, then you put it here inside your resume link. Under the portfolio section or the document section. Yes. Bakit ko nire-recommend na dito mo na ilagay? Kasi mas mabilis ang pag-processing ng HR. When they open your resume link, they see all the basic information. They now follow it with your supporting documents and maybe if you have your legal documents there, diba, to add on, kita na niya lahat. So everything is there. Mabilis ngayon yung processing. Hindi yung pahingi-hingi pa, pabalik-balik pa, tatawagan ka pa, i-email ka pa para sabihin, padala mo dito yung NBI clearance mo, padala mo dito yung mga medical clearance mo. Diba? Ang tagal pabalik-balik. So this time, it makes your life easier. Now, some of you are thinking, Sir, kung lahat naman kami gumagawa ng ganito, nagagawa ng basic information, meron naman kami supporting documents, meron naman kami legal documents, paano pa kami magsa-stand out kung lahat ng mga katropa ko, ganito yung ginawa namin? Ito ngayon yung isang pwede nyong gawin. Tinatawag nating mga good to have. Okay, good to have na to. Ito yung mga nice to have. So what will make you really stand out? One of the things that applicants are doing now is they attach their profile picture. Now, when you put your profile picture, hindi naman kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Wag naman kayo maggastos na, no? Gagawa pa kayo sa studio picture. Wag na ganoon, wag na gumastos, wag na lumabas ng bahay. Ang gawin mo na lang dito, manghiram ka ng mga medyo, mas basa, may collar, pwede na po 'yan. Okay? Plain background lang sa likod and you're good to go. Basta importante tumingin sa camera. Wag kang gagawa ng mga profile picture na ganyan yung dating. Yung mga selfie, may lookup, may side view, may kung ano mga groovy. Yan yung mga hindi maganda or hindi professional tignan. Okay? So, do not create something like the one I'm showing you on the right of your screen. Okay? Another good thing pa dito sa ating resume link, may tinatawag na cover photo. O diba? Cover photo. Yes. Because a picture paints 1,000 words. Pasintabi lang po sa matatamaan. Hindi lahat ng tao ay gifted with writing skills. Aminin nyo man o hindi. Some of you are having a difficult time expressing your thoughts and feelings into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo maisulat yung gusto mo sabihin. Pero pagdating sa picture, ang galing. Pag na-picture mo yung sarili mo, alam mo kagad anong mensahe ang pinapakita or pinaparating nung merong may-ari ng resume link, di ba? So look at these examples I'm showing you. These are very good examples. Look at the one on the left of your screen. This person is an ophthalmologist or optometrist, depende, or someone who is an eye expert in short, di ba? Kita mo kagad. Now, on the right side of the screen, you see someone who is probably a multitasker kasi marami siyang mga gadget dyan. O sabi ng iba naman, sir, mukha naman pong makalat yung lamesa. O depende na lang kung paano interpret ng HR. Okay? But again, I'm just pointing out some good examples here. Okay? Another good example, ito po ay isang psychology graduate or a neurologist or maybe depende kung anong guidance counselor or diba? Depende kung paano mo i-interpret ano yung gusto mo sabihin or creative mind, perhaps baka creative mind, diba? And this is also a very very good example I usually share. This is someone na ang message niya very simple. There's no shortcut to success. You can reach your goal by taking one step at a time. Yan ang dating ng cover photo niya. Hindi po siya miyembro ng Akyat Bahay Gang. Okay? Para sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, ay sir, baka social climber po yan. Hindi. Okay? Siya po ay isang nagsasabing there's no shortcut to success because the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. O yan, di ba? So I showed you good examples. Siyempre, kung may good examples, meron din tayong mga not so good examples. Ano yung mga hindi maganda example? Ito yung wag niyong gagawin. Huwag kayo magpapaka-misteryoso. Huwag mo ilagay dyan yung blankong picture. Okay? Kasi mahirap hulaan. Lalo na kung pangalan mo, pwedeng interchangeable. Kagaya ko, pangalan ko Kim. Ang dami akala babae. Minsan, makita ko yung application nakalagay sa resume link, Alex. Nakalagay George. Nakalagay Chris. Paano ko malalaman kung lalaki babae? Because sometimes isipin ko lalaki. Yung pala babae. O, diba? That's why I recommend you put your picture there. Okay? Now, never do something like this. Yung walang laman. Kasi kung walang laman yan, sinayang mo lang oras mo. Hindi lang oras mo, pati oras ng HR because the HR will not be looking at anything anymore. And how do you think you'll be able to catch the HR's attention if you submit something like this? Definitely, hindi na sila magsasayang pa ng susunod na 10 seconds looking at your information kung ganyan ang dating ng resume link nyo. Okay? And if you want to catch attention, by the way, mga kaibigan, wag naman kayo gumawa ng ganito. Medyo para sa akin lang, in my opinion, this doesn't look enticing. Okay? Medyo ang dating parang tamad, emo, happy-go-lucky, di ba? So, medyo, for me lang in my opinion, hindi maganda itong example. So, I showed you good examples and not good examples para you're guided. Kayo na po bahala kung paano nyo i-dress up ang resume link nyo. Okay? Now, look at this example. This is a very good example. Lahat ng information, kompleto. Lahat ng details nandyan. Pati yung kanyang portfolio at yung mga attachment na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Kaya kung nga sinasabi sa inyo kanina, yung mga legal documents nyo, supporting documents nyo, lahat na information na nagpapatunay sa inyong skills, ilagay nyo na dito sa loob ng resume link para simple ang processing. Okay? Paano pa tayo maiiba? Paano pa tayo maiiba kung lahat naman kayo nga nagsubmit ng mga information na yan? Ito ngayon ang gawin nyo. Okay? Dito kayo talaga magsa-stand out. I recommend you create a selfie video. It's so easy to create a selfie video. Get your smartphone. Kung meron kayong mga smartphone, okay, get your smartphone. Take your video. Say something interesting about yourself. Okay? Kayo na bahala kung paano mo gusto i-express ang sarili mo. You may want to answer basic questions like, why should the company hire you? How are you different among all the other applicants? So, depende na. Basta importante lang, wag mahaba. Try to keep it within 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Hanggang 1 minute, tama na. Huwag masyadong mahaba. Okay? Ang objective mo dito is maparating mo dun sa HR how you present yourself in front of a camera or at least in front of a person later on. Now, don't worry. You don't have to speak straight English here. Wala naman ko sinabi English video eh. Ang sinabi ko lang naman, selfie video. So, in whatever dialect you're comfortable with, that is what you use. Okay? Okay? Ayos, di ba? Okay. Sa mga nag-iisip ngayon sa inyo, ay naku sir, ang ganda pala ng resume link na yan. Yun nga lang, pag ako ay gumawa ng mga information ko, baka naman kumalat na yung mga details ko sa buong mundo. At baka naman ba, lumantad na to sa buong internet. Ang sagot po ay, hindi. Hindi. Kaya nga siya tinawag na most secured resume. Bakit siya naging most secured resume kung ganun? O, di ba? Paano siya naging most secured resume? Kasi po, kayo ang may ultimate control ng information nyo. Now, follow the screen I'm showing you. When you log into your account, you choose your settings. Sa settings, meron doon privacy settings. So ikaw ngayon ang mamimili kung anong information lang ang gusto mo ilabas sa public. Halimbawa lang, ayaw mo pakita yung birthday mo. Ano gagawin mo? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita address mo. What do? Turn it off. Halimbawa lang, ayaw mo pakita yung references mo. Ano gagawin mo? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. O, di ba? Oh, ano pang maganda? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update yan. Pag sinabing real-time, halimbawa lang, today, sabi mo, uy, okay, gagawa ko ng resume link, kinumpleto ko lahat ng information. So, inopen mo lahat. Then, bukas makalawa, bilang may tumawag na sa inyo ng mga companies, pinaprocess na kayo, and you want to hide some information. Ano pwede mo gawin? You now log into your account and then choose those information na you want to hide in public. So, pag ginawa mo yan off, real-time, bukas or makalawa, the moment you set it up, real-time update yon, hindi na siya naka-show in public. At halimbawa, sa susunod na buwan, halimbawa lang next month, no, you decided to, look for another company. Example lang, ano gagawin mo? Open ulit. So, open mo na naman yung information. Ano mangyayari? Lahat ng binigyan mo ng resume link, real-time update yon. Instantly, the moment you update this, open. The moment you update it, pag in-off mo, off. Ganun siya. Kaya siya tinawag na real-time update. Okay? Ayos? Kaya nga natin sinabi na most secured resume kasi kayo ang may ultimate control ng information nyo. Okay? Now, I go to the last part. So, 4 yan, di ba? You have the basic needs. Na-cover na natin yung basic needs. Nagawa na rin natin yung mga supporting documents. Napag-usapan na natin. And then, napag-usapan na rin natin yung mga legal documents na kailangan nyo i-attach. Now, what are the good to have pa? Aside from yung mga pinakita ko kaninang mga cover photo, yung mga videos, di ba? Yung video, yung selfie video nyo. Aside from those is, you may want to prepare extra clothes, extra professional clothing kung tawagin. Or basically, para pag kayo in-interview araw-araw, di ba? Yung suot mo rin naman, kahit papaano, di ba? Baka sabihin, ito yung aplikante, laging ito yung suot. Baka lang ganun. Diba? Or kayo rin naman mismo, depende yan. Pero para sa akin, ito ang maganda ngayon sa virtual eh. Wala naman nakakaamoy sa inyo eh. Wala naman makakaalam kung nag-brush ba kayo, nagsipilyo ba kayo, naligo ba kayo or hindi eh, 'di ba? Pero I still recommend that you prepare yourself as if you are applying physically to the company because it gives you that confidence. And psychologically, you are also, being prepared, when you do that. Hindi yung parang pagising mo pa lang 5 minutes before, walang kahanda-handa, diretso sa virtual interview. Iba talaga yung dating nun. 'Di ba? Baka mapag-usapan mo dun sa answer yung mga pinapanaginipan mo pa. 'Di ba? So I'd rather, you prepare na rin yourself. So prepare some professional clothes para pag humarap dun sa camera. Another thing that you have to prepare, yung mga other documents nyo. Baka meron kayong ibang mga digital work, meron kayong mga ibang mga pinagkakaabalahan. Baka mahilig kayo sa mga flower arrangement right now, nagtatanim kayo, 'di ba? Or you're doing sideline, nagbebenta kayo online. Lahat ng 'yan, these are things again, you put inside your portfolio or document section because you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that company. Okay? And kung hindi pa naman kayo nagsasawa sa pag-aaral, sabi nga nila, 'di ba? Wala namang expiration ng education, tuloy-tuloy ang education. Kahit na-graduate na tayo, aral pa rin tayo ng aral to equip ourselves, 'di ba? With more knowledge, I recommend you enroll and check out yung mga short courses. No, wag na kayo gumastos, marami ng mga libreng webinars right now. In fact, itong ginagawa natin ngayon isa rin to sa mga webinar series that you can also join, no? Marami kaming ginagawang mga ibang topics. You might also learn a thing or two, 'di ba? And you can put it inside your portfolio. Okay? So, tapos na lahat, nagawa natin lahat. Siyempre, ang tanong na ngayon paano ako mag-a-apply? 'Di ba? 3 steps lang po 'to eh. Para sa mga kaka-join lang, papaalala ko lang, ang first step is you register. Wala tong bayad. Pangalawa, you complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. You have to submit. Kasi if you don't submit, how will the HR see your information? Diba? Hindi man sila manghuhula eh. So, you have to submit your information. Now, how do you do that? Ito yung mga options natin. Okay? Una, pumunta ka sa pinapakita ko ngayon sa screen. Go to your school career portal, which is schools.jobs180.com/BulSU. Pag hindi mo to na-picturean kanina na screenshot, gawin mo na ngayon because this is the last time I'm showing it in my presentation. Okay? So, take a screenshot. Okay? Meron naman to replay. Pwede naman panoorin later on. Pero yun nga lang, ngayon, gawin mo na. Okay? Para hindi mo ma-miss out. Here inside this school page, you will find companies that you can apply to. Okay? One of which is also our speaker later on from CDO. You will also find CDO Foodsphere here. So, pwede kayo mag-submit na information diretso na sa kanila. Hindi lang sa kanila. Baka nabitin ka. Marami kang gusto pang applyan. Tumingin ka pa sa website ng jobs180.com. Dito, marami pang ibang mga companies na pwede ka mapagpilian. At ang maganda is, Wala na masyadong gastos. What you need to do na lang is with the click of a button, choose the companies you want to apply to, even if that company does not you don't have the course that fits the profile. Halimbawa lang, no, you're an education graduate and they need someone, example, for something else. I still recommend you submit your resume link to that company because you never know. You never know. 'Di ba? Na yung ina-applyan mo kailangan ay graphic designer. Nakita lang nila dun sa portfolio mo na maganda pala yung mga ginawa mong designs kahit na edu graduate ka, baka ma-consider ka pa for the position. 'Di ba? So, walang mawawala. Just submit your information there. With the click of a button, your information now will go to the company and they will be able to process your resume link instantly. Okay? Another option sa mga gusto mag-email. Alam ko yung mga ba sa inyo nag-iisip, 'di ba? Sir, mag-i-email po ako sa mga companies. Pwede naman, wala namang bawal 'di ba? Pwede naman. Now, ang tanong ko dito is paano ba kayo mag-submit ng resume sa email? Ganito ba ginagawa nyo? Subukan ko lang hulaan ko. Pag nag-email ba kayo nakalagay, Dear HR Manager, my name is Kim. I would like to apply in your company. This is my resume. Tapos i-attach mo yung Word file mo, yung document file or yung PDF file mo. Is that how you do it? Kapag ganun ang ginagawa nyo sa mga email na pag-apply nyo sa mga companies, ang recommend ako dyan, ang tawag dyan, huwag nyo na gawin. Kasi ang tawag dyan, pampabagal, tsaka makaluma. Yes, pampabagal makaluma pa. Okay? Why? What if nagpalit ka ng information? Let's say nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Email mo na naman yung HR. Ano sasabihin mo? Dear HR Manager, my name is Kim again. I would like to apply in your company. This is my updated resume. Ganun ba? Paano kung nagpalit ka na naman ng address? Update ka naman yung information mo, di ba? Ano gagawin mo? Email ka na naman sa HR. Ano sasabihin mo? Dear HR Manager, my name is Kim again. This is my updated, most recent resume. Di ba? Ang dami mo beses kailangan kulitin, magpadala ng information sa HR. At hindi lang kayo nakukulitan dyan. Siyempre kami rin as HR, ang dami namin kailangan pa i-keep track just to find out alin dito yung pinaka-latest information nyo. So, wag mo na pahirapan yung buhay nila at buhay mo. Gawin mo, write that email pa rin. But this time, no more attachment. No more attachment. Ang gagawin mo ngayon, Dear HR Manager, my name is Kim. I would like to apply in your company. And this is my resume. Ilagay mo na doon yung resume link mo. Like in my case, nilagay ko na doon, kimchua.jobs180.com. Send. Tapos na. Ganun lang kasimple. At lahat ng in-applyan mo, in-email mo ng mga HR na nakakuha ng resume link nyo, basta nag-update ka ng information mo sa resume link, ma-update din sila real time. As in real time. Okay? Okay? Ayos? Okay. O sige. So, time to recap na lang, no? Para matapos na tayo. Ano pa bang benefit ng resume link? Ang benefit is you don't need to save it to any flash drive or hard drive. No need to worry about it. Wala na yung mga tinatawag na compatibility ng mga platform or anong version pa ba to. Wala lang ganun. Walang kailangan mag-upgrade ng mga system. Pwede mo siya i-share sa Messenger, sa text, sa Viber, sa kung saan mo gusto i-share. Basta importante, kayo ang may control. Kung sino gusto mo bigyan ng resume link, yun lang ang may alam ng resume link nyo. Okay? And so with that, I go back to my checklist. Okay? Sa mga hindi nakaabot kanina sa simula, I shared to you some of my checklist as a guide questions. Diba? Ano ba talaga yung mga dapat natin isipin kung itong tool ay right tool na nga ba? So ito yung 4 na items na importante para sa akin to be considered as a right tool. First, and the most important of all, is that it should be able to keep your information secured. Dapat secured ang information nyo dito, yung privacy ng information nyo. At kayo may ultimate control ng details nyo here sa resume link. Pangalawa, dapat yung tool na ginamit nyo mabilis sa pag-processing. Pag nag-submit, everything is there. So, resume link allows you to do that. Flexible is if in the event lang na gusto mo mag-print ng resume link, pwede mo rin i-print ang resume link. Kung gusto mo lang mag-print at meron kang hard copy, yan ang magandang balita. Pwede mo i-print ang resume link. At higit sa lahat, wala na po itong gastos. Libre po ito. Okay? Libre. Hindi mo kailangan ng load. Kailangan mo lang wifi. Libreng wifi sa kapitbahay. Pwede na rin. Okay? Para lang makapag-apply. Pag-usapan mo lang kapitbahay nyo, pakikikabit lang muna ako ng wifi. Pag nagkatrabaho ko, sagot ko na yan. O, di ba? Ikaw naman ang gumamit ng wifi ko. Okay? Yan. So, depende. Okay? So, good news para sa lahat. Right now, we are in partnership with more than 400 plus school partners. These are colleges and universities nationwide. And BulSU, Bulacan State University, is one of them. That's why I'm so very, very happy that we're able to do this activity. Salamat sa kanila, Sir Wency, Sir Ryan, sa lahat po na bumubuo ng staff dito po sa BulSU. At nagawa rin natin to kahit tayo ay nasa kanya-kanyang bahay, kanya-kanyang lugar. Okay? And so, baka lang may tanong kayo ngayon, naisip nyo magtanong, nahiya kayo magtanong, tatapusin ko na yung time ko with these questions na lang. Kadalasan, ito yung mga bumubulabog sa utak ng mga nakikinig. Tatanungin ako, Sir, pwede ko bang gamitin ng resume link sa mga companies na hindi naman kilala or hindi naman alam yung jobs180.com? The answer is, yes. Basta alam nila yung resume link mo. At para malaman nila yung resume link mo, you have to give it to them. You have the full control of the information that you'll be showing to those people that you'll be giving it to. Okay? Second question. Pareho ba ito sa mga ibang job site kagaya ng JobStreet, ng LinkedIn, ng mga more than jobs, or ibang mga job sites pa nandyan? Okay? The answer is no. May dalawa pong pagkakaiba yan. May dalawang pagkakaiba. Okay? Una sa lahat, with respect to those job sites. Now, let me use an example here. JobStreet, no, being one of the most popular, I would say. Now, if you're using example JobStreet na resume, pwede mo lang gamitin yung JobStreet resume kung yung ina-applyan mong kumpanya, gumagamit din ng JobStreet. Pag ina-applyan mong company, hindi gumagamit ng JobStreet, you cannot. Okay? Hindi mo na rin pwede gamitin yung JobStreet na resume sa pag-apply. With the resume link, pwede mo to gamitin kahit na saan, kahit na kanino. Kahit sa ibang bansa pa yung ina-applyan mo. Yes, basta alam nila ang eksaktong resume link mo. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, example lang ulit, kung nabigay mo na yung JobStreet resume mo sa isang HR, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na sa company na yon. Touch move na yan kung tawagin touch move na. With your resume link, pwede mo palit-palitin yung data mo real time. As in ngayon, palitan mo, bukas palitan mo, mamaya makalawa palitan mo, it's up to you. You turn it on, turn it off, real time update yan. Okay? Number 3 question is the easiest question. Can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time sagot nyo na yes. Sana naman na-convince ko na kayo sa almost 30 minutes ako nagsasalita. I hope na-convince ko na kayo na ang resume link ang pinaka-secured na tool right now. Pang-apat na question is the most important question. How often? Gaano kadalas ko ba dapat ina-update ang resume link ko? Ang sagot ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Okay? Yan ang importante. So, para ma-update pa rin yung mga HR. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is it called jobs180.com? It's called jobs180 because we want to turn your life around 180 degrees. Hindi po siya 360 kasi babalik ka lang kung saan ka galing kung 360 yan. Okay? Kung may tanong kayo na magtanong, pumunta lang sa website, email us or email here sa info@jobs180.com, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram to get more updates. Ako po ulit ay si Kim Chua. Do not forget yung wa. Baka Kim Chua lang ang maalala. Isang magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Kim. Thank you for showing ang ating viewers kung anong kailangan nila after graduating. In connection with that, tanong ko na rin, sir, if gaano ka-important that they start doing this once they graduate, kasi after graduation, gaano ka-important na meron na agad sila, simulan na nito, lahat ng kailangan nila makuha. Hello, Sir Kim? Hello, Sir Kim?
Hi. Hi, Sir Robert. Nawala ako bigla.
Sorry, sir. Ulitin ko na lang yung question. Malinaw naman ako sa iyo yung sir, no? Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Sige, sir. Yung question ko for you is gaano ka-important that they start doing this, accomplishing this after graduation checklist?
How important? How soon? They have to start doing this the earliest possible. Para, kasi ano yan you try to build up your information as you go along. Diba? Hindi ka naman ganun kabilis maghanap ng NBI clearance. Hindi naman ganun kabilis makapagkuha ng transcript sa school. So, ang recommend ko, hanggat sa kaya mo i-maximize yung time is you have to start getting all this information ready na.
So, hindi naman kailangan graduate na bago simulan tong after graduation checklist. Hello, Sir Kim. On my end, di kita marinig. I could see you moving, pero hindi ko naririnig ang inyong answer. And I will be testing again. Hello? Sorry, sir. Di pa rin malinaw. Well, while we are waiting na maayos ni Sir Kim ang kanyang audio, invite ko lang again yung mga tao natin to ask their questions dito sa ating comment box. Either now or later on sa ating next na speakers.
Ayan, Sir Robert. Am I back?
Ayan, yes sir.
Okay,
So
sorry.
sir, ang sabi ko lang, is it necessary or pwede bang simulan na nila even if hindi pa sila graduate? Ano ang mga pwede nilang magawa?
Oo, ang rekomenda ko dyan, sa totoo lang, huwag nyo na sayangin yung oras. No? Huwag nyo na patagalin pa kung gagawa rin kayo ng resume link. Kasi, eto na-experience ko before. Nagsimula lang ako gumawa ng information ko nung naghahanap na ako ng trabaho. Nung by the time naghanap akong trabaho, tinatry ko ngayon tandaan lahat ng mga pinaggagawa ko nung yung in earlier years. So, kailangan ko pa ngayon isipin isa-isa ano nga ba yung mga yon. Kung ngayon pa lang may time na kayo, you start building it up. Diba? Parang ano lang naman yun, kinukumpleto mo yung portfolio mo pa isa-isa. Later on, pag may update ka, update mo lang. Diba? So, mapapansin mo ngayon, little by little, palaki ng palaki ngayon, yung information mo. And that's what I recommend. Diba? Huwag mo nang patagalin. Time is of the essence. Yan naman ang totoo eh. Diba? And then start submitting it to those companies. Kahit na information mo, hindi pa talaga siya sobrang dami, start giving it to them. Because what you can do next is just update it na lang as you go along. O, diba? Maganda
Okay.
recommendation.
Thank you, sir, for sharing that. At share ko na rin, naging problema ko rin yan. Na medyo pinatagal ko ang pag-ayos ng aking resume, ang pagkolekta ng aking mga kailangan gawin. Ginawa ko siya, hindi pa nga immediately after graduating, pinatagal ko pa ng konti. So, I hope na ang ating viewers nakikita nila ang advantage of doing it as soon as possible. Ganun din ang sa pag-apply, hindi naman kailangan na kumpleto lahat ng ating requirements to start applying. So, yun, let's just not waste time. Na tayo agad, prepare na tayo agad. So, Sir Kim, sorry, I think that's the only question we could address right now.
Okay.
We will be moving soon. Pero kung meron mang other questions ang ating viewers, pwede naman namin direct sa inyo. And kami from Jobs 180, we could respond sa inyo either through Facebook or other means namin.
Okay.
I think we will be sharing a certificate.
Okay.
Yes, it's a certificate of appreciation. This certificate is awarded to Mr. Kim Chua for imparting his valuable insights and knowledge during the BulSU Peso webinar for graduating students in partnership with Jobs 180 with the title Marketing Me Live at Bulacan State University, given this 9th day of October 2020. So,
Maraming salamat. Thank you for giving this e-certificate. Sana po mahawakan ko rin yan soon. Pero okay lang. Malaking fulfillment for me to be able to share this to all of you who are listening right now. Thank you. Thank you.
So, thank you, Sir Kim. Thank you also from Bulacan State University for taking the time to give Jobs 180 and Sir Kim the e-certificate. Okay, so Sir Kim, we will be moving on to our second topic.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Bye, sir. So, moving on to our second topic, I will be introducing our next speaker to talk about virtual interviews. So, virtual interviews, this person would be coming from a company, an industry partner. She is from CDO Foodsphere. She has over a decade of HR experience specializing in recruitment across various industries. Currently, she's the recruitment section head of CDO Foodsphere Incorporated. She's responsible for developing and executing robust strategies and programs that would provide the organization with the most qualified talents. She graduated from De La Salle College of St. Benilde with a degree in BSBA Human Resource Management and also earned her MBA from Ateneo Graduate School of Business. I would like to introduce to everyone Ms. Sheena Abellera-De. Hello, Ms. Sheena.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Am I
So,
clear?
so clear po ang video, clear ang audio. And later test natin ang inyong screen share. Tanong ko lang, I guess, parang teaser sa ating mga viewers. Ang CDO Foodsphere po ba ay nag-conduct ng virtual interviews before nung quarantine? And anong naging change dito after?
Okay. Yes, to answer your question straight, no. Yes, we have shifted to doing virtual interview. So later on, I'll discuss more about it as I go along with the presentation. So, ayun. Okay na ba?
Okay, sige. Testing na
Okay.
lang po natin ang ating screen share. Ma-address naman pala ang question ko later sa inyong presentation. And then, balik na lang po ako for our question and answer. So, I will be leaving once malinaw na po ang ating screen. So, you can share the screen now and then I'll be checking. So far, okay. And full screen. Although may
Okay.
notes yata sa tabi, I could see parang notes. This is that part of it. Merong nasa corner.
Corner. I can't see anything sa corner. Parang
Okay.
wala.
From my view, parang merong tab notes nakikita.
Okay, wait lang ah.
Sige. In the meantime, again, ating viewers, comment nyo ang mga bagong dating, name and course, and you graduated, you're graduating, and then don't be afraid to ask questions dyan sa ating comment box.
Okay.
Testing po uli natin ang ating full screen. And meron po talaga, but I think pwede naman na
Okay.
tayo mag-proceed. Hindi naman siya ganun ka-distracting and mukha namang walang anything na nakalagay there. It's basically blank and konting icons. So we could
Okay.
proceed. So thank you very much, Sheena. I will be back later for our Q&A.
Okay, thank you. So there, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me, Jobs 180 and Bulacan State University. I hope everyone's doing well despite what's happening not only in our country but around the world. So in the past years, many organizations have been looking for ways to incorporate technology in hiring people, and this pandemic has highlighted and further given urgency to the development of this area. Many have shifted to a different way of hiring people, and the shift may be abrupt for some, but it's being done out of necessity to keep everyone as safe as possible. So today, I'll be talking about how we currently recruit people, the differences in the processes then and now, challenges and advantages we are facing, and finally, tips on how to prepare for virtual interviews. So I'll go straight to the main differences as I only have a few minutes for the presentation. Okay. So, for traditional recruitment, applicants tend to walk in to submit their resumes to the employers. They would probably print several copies of their CVs and hand it door to door to their target companies. In my experience as a recruiter, siguro around 20 to 30% of successful hires came from the ones who walked in. Ayan, next bullet, we did pen and paper exams. Ayan, medyo self-explanatory, and then face-to-face interviews and job fairs, physical job fairs. I'm sure at Bulacan State Universities, you've had mga job fairs wherein you invited different companies or employers to participate in the physical job fairs within your school vicinity. On the other hand, for the digital recruitment, so now we are requiring applicants to submit their CVs through social media, email, website, yung mga job boards or or mga web pages like Jobs 180, like what um, si Search Kim Chua has shared with us a while ago. Ayun. So now, it's online application. So it's more economical as you don't need to print your CVs to commute um, when you do so. You just have to make sure you're submitting it to the official web page of the employer to avoid giving out your information to the wrong people. Especially nowadays, there are issues on identity theft or yung mga related issues and concerns about social media or internet. Next, so from pen and paper exams, we now shifted to online exams. So from face-to-face interviews, we shifted to virtual interviews. So in our company, we use Google Meet or rarely sa Zoom or other platforms. And then online job fairs or events like this one, like what we're doing as of today. Okay, so how we do hiring now? So first step is for applicants to submit their CVs via email or Facebook, as mentioned a while ago. And then recruiters paper screen the CVs of the applicants and then call the prospective applicants for initial screening. Initial screening includes um, initial interviews via phone, and then online exams, yon, yung mga na-mention a while ago. And then if the person or if the candidate passes the initial screening given by HR, we have to endorse them to the department of or hiring managers for virtual interviews. And then if the candidate passes all the layers of interviews, we proceed to background investigation. So for background investigation, we usually talk to the previous superior of the candidate or the applicant from their past jobs or OJT. Okay. So if there are no red flags or if the applicant passes all the layers or all the screenings, we proceed to the job offer. So once the job offer is signed by the applicant, we share with them the requirements for the pre-employment, and then for the pre-employment requirements naman, we accept now yung mga scanned copies, and then they submit it to via email. So right now we accept that process. And then day one, onboarding. So all processes are being conducted online unless a face-to-face meeting is necessary. In most cases, candidates report to the office on their first day already. Okay, the main challenge that we are experiencing now, actually I have indicated only one kasi ito talaga yung major. Not all applicants have good tools needed in an online hiring process. So if you don't have a laptop, a mobile phone, or stable internet, these things can hamper the hiring process kasi yun, walang tools that can be used in the virtual interviews or in online screening. The advantages, number one is efficient hiring process. Number two, convenient for both interviewers and interviewees rather. It's easier to schedule people now because in most cases, every interviewer is in the office or is working from home. So no need for everyone to commute or to experience traffic because in the past, yan yung usual complaint walang masakyan or traffic. That's why there are delays when they report to the office for interviews. And lastly, especially at this time, the main advantage is that everyone is being kept safe. So this is the primary goal for going digital, is to keep both the employee and the applicant safe, especially at this time. We reduce physical exposure and to avoid the possibility of spreading the virus. Ayan, we're constantly in touch also with our local government and DOLE to make sure to comply to the protocols that they set. Okay, so for the next one, tips on how to prepare for a virtual interview. So number one and the most basic tip that I'll be sharing with you is to research. Ayan, research about the company and the position you're applying for. During interviews, it's important for us to know how interested you are in applying in our company. This is being manifested on how well you know our company and our products or services. We've experienced interviewing someone and telling us that their favorite food is a competitor's product. And syempre, that's an automatic minus point for the applicant for obvious reasons. Yon. Number two, answer questions using experience. So instead of giving hypothetical answers like, if that happens to me, I will do this or I will do that. Instead, give answers like, I can relate that scenario to a project I had in school or an extracurricular activity. Ayun, kasi in that way, we can assess better how you handle certain situations. Number three, give your full attention during the interview. So don't allow anything to distract you. Since you're at home, make sure to inform your family members that you have an interview to avoid having them call you or utusan kayo in the middle of the call so that you won't be distracted. Other types of distractions may be yung mga tahol ng aso if you have a pet, or yung mga tilaok ng manok. Kasi minsan, if you get distracted, these things affect your answers as well during the interview. So, ayun, make sure to give your full attention. Number four, provide honest answers. So, this is kind of self-explanatory. Um, Pero just to give you a tip, recruiters are trained to detect if you are telling the truth or lying. So better if you answer honestly. This way, we also can endorse you to a role that will fit your background or your interests better. Um, we had an experience as well wherein, for generic courses wherein um, if a candidate is interested more pala in marketing, and then we process the person to a finance role or to a different role, and then pumasa siya, ganyan. So if ever in the future or in the long run, baka maging unhappy din siya dun sa position where we placed him or her, ganyan. Number 5, this was tackled kanina din ni Sir Kim, be presentable. So, avoid using your pajamas or sando. Actually, this is applicable to us as well, sa mga nag-work from home. Wear a blouse or a collared shirt. This is a way of telling the interviewer that you prepared for the meeting. This goes as well with your environment. So make sure to clean the area that can be seen in the video, hindi naman the entire house. So as it gives out a good impression that you are organized. And lastly, be on time. Actually, be early nga dapat. Make sure everything's working prior to the call to avoid delays. So test your video, your audio, your internet connection prior to the call. Ayan. So next, part of my presentation is to introduce CDO as well, because during the introduction, I was introduced as someone who's working at CDO Foodsphere. So just to give a brief background, CDO Foodsphere, we are a food manufacturing company. We have been in the industry for 45 years. And recently, since it's a milestone year, we changed our logo, and later on I can show you our previous logo for familiarity as well. CDO stands for Corazon Dairoong. That's the name of our founder. We have manufacturing plants both here in Valenzuela and in Malvar, Batangas, and we're composed of around 5,000 employees. So I hope you're familiar with. I hope students from Bulacan State University are familiar with the company dahil medyo malapit naman siya within the vicinity of the school. So let me read some of information about a company. So, a delicious story of success from a simple dream of providing delicious food for her family, the CDO story has turned into a lifelong commitment of providing Filipinos with high quality and affordable products. Mission, we champion meal times and unite families through food that calls them home. We live to bring them freshness and delight of mom-made cooking that fills their hearts. Vision, we will be the most trusted food company loved for how our food creations bring and bond all generations of people together. Our values, we are passionate about customers and consumers. We have love for God. So every first Wednesday of the month, we celebrate masses. Number 3, we have integrity. Number 4, we are open and collaborative. Number 5, we are innovative. We are innovative and entrepreneurial. So all our programs and our decisions are anchored in the values that we have. Ayan. Our products, so we have several product categories. So number 1, we have frozen meat. So ito yung mga Bibo hot dogs, Idol hot dogs, Highlands beef franks. We also have hams, and since malapit na yung Christmas, holiday ham and hamon de bola. We have bacon. For patties, we have ulam burger. For marinated meats, we have fantastic tocino, fantastic barbecue. Um, Ayan. And then we have longganisa as well, and yan, mga Chinese deli. We also have canned meats. So Highlands corned beef, carne norte, also mga luncheon meat, meatloaf, beef loaf, canned tuna, San Marino tuna. So here are some of our products. So as you can see dito sa picture, old logo pa yung ginagamit namin. Pero we are updating all our logos na rin in the market. For dairy products, we have cheese breads, and cheese balls every December, and then sweet preserves, nata de coco, and kaong. Aside from the CDO business, we also have a nonprofit organization. So the organization or the foundation has 5 different streams. So we have Gabay Nutrition, that's the supplemental feeding program to malnourished children. Number 2, we have Gabay Education. It helps provide the needed resources to existing institutions. Number 3, Gabay Kalikasan. We aim to bring back green to our surroundings. So, ito yung mga tree planting activities, yung mga clean up drives or mga clean up sa mga sewerages. We have Gabay Hanap Buhay. It conducts livelihood programs on meat processing for mothers. So, because our founder is a mom, so we focus more on the mothers. And Gabay Lingkod, so it's the response to the various needs of the community. So, for example, may mga Taal volcano eruption victims or may mga typhoon victims. We usually extend our help and support to the ones who were affected by these calamities. So for CDO, it's very important for us to share our blessings also, to extend our help also to the ones who need it the most. Okay. So lastly, as a company, we believe that we are responsible to keeping our environment clean and green. So we have several programs such as wastewater treatment, recycling efforts, use of solar technology, energy, and reduction of plastic usage. So um, so we would want to be ambassadors in keeping our communities where we operate safe and clean. So actually, in the next few years, we have additional programs and projects then on how to keep our organization sustainable also through some efforts then. So yun, sorry I don't have a page for the job openings, but you can check yung jobs180.com/CDO namin for the some job openings. And actually, just to share with you, I checked our database and we have successfully hired students from Bulacan State University in the past year. So usually yung mga na-hire namin from the school are the ones who came from mga courses na food tech, IT, or finance. So, ayun, that's it for my presentation. So, if you want to contact us, so here's our email address, Facebook, and website. So, feel free to send your resumes to us as well and update your profiles then through jobs180.com. So, that's it for my presentation. Thank you and keep safe, everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Sheena. Well, I'm sure natuwa siguro yung ating mga viewers knowing na may na-hire kayo from Bulacan State University from before. So I encourage again these viewers to visit yung Jobs 180 page nila. So, Ms. Sheena, I have here a few questions for you. The main
Okay.
concern, because we have fresh graduates, the main concern usually kasi with them is how can they stand out during their interviews para ma-hire as a fresh grad because they might be going against dun sa merong may experience.
Yeah, for us naman, we based our assessment kasi based on, syempre, number one, readiness then during the interview. Kasi, syempre, during an interview, it's important to give out a good impression talaga. So, that's why it's important to go back to the tips I've mentioned a while ago, yung mga be prepared or no, syempre parang it's good to focus also on the past experiences as a student as well as what you can bring in to the organization or to the table then of the company, what you can offer. Siguro you can focus on sharing ano yung mga kaya mong gawin and anchor that or bank that with the past experiences that you've had in school. So ayun, so maganda yung prepared talaga with data or with experience or I mean experiential answers that you can share during interviews. Yun.
Okay, so our viewers, take note, itong experiential answers ay hindi limited lang sa work. Kasi I'm sure meron
Yes.
kayong ginawa as students, baka nag-volunteer din kayo outside, ano, mga ganon. Miss Sheena, I have here another question. Common question kasi sa interviews ay yung tell me something about yourself. sometimes
Mm-mm.
yung ibang mga graduates natin, they come in answering parang recorded message. Parang
Oo.
saying their name, I live ganyan, ganyan. What would you say would be the best way to answer itong simple question na to nang hindi super praktisado ang answer lang?
Actually, relating it to the tips din that I've shared a while ago, no, it's very, ano din, yung parang, kasi minsan for us recruiters, we would want to, parang this is a way for us to get to know the person eh. Syempre, we are not just assessing yung background ng person, pero in terms of culture fit as well, na parang, kamusta ba siya as a person, ganyan. So, I think, to answer the question, it's more of, ano naman din talaga eh, it's more of trivial, to be honest naman talaga, it's a trivial answer naman din talaga to a trivial question. We would want to siguro something to add to that lang din is that the candidate or the applicant can share information about what's keeping her busy while looking for a job for us to get to know na ay kamusta ba siya when she's not at school or when she's not at work for those who have experience already. So, siguro pwedeng hobbies or extracurricular activity that the person is doing, like ano ba, action on the side, I like cooking, ganyan. So parang, okay, mas fit siguro sa amin yun kasi we are a food company. So someone who's interested sa food. So yung mga ganong bagay, we see that through the tell me about yourself question. Parang ganon.
Sige. Thank you, Sheena. As mentioned, connect ko to sa sinabi ni Sir Kim pa lang, very
Mm-mm.
important again for you to stand out. And if ang sinasabi
Mm-mm.
nyo lang is basic details na nasa resume din naman, and well, mahirap for you to
Oo.
stand out, kapag sinundan nyo
Mm-mm.
tong tips ni Miss Sheena, talagang mas-separate kayo, magbibigyan kayo identity, mas maaalala talaga kayo, mas magsa-stand out.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you,
Mm-mm.
Miss Sheena. I have here yung certificate for you. We want to share it again. We want to flash. Sorry, may
Okay.
pahabol na question. Sorry, nasa ng
Sige.
ating question? Oh, here. From Sir Ryan, for a fresh grad, ano po ba dapat ang expected salary namin? So here, when it comes to expected salary, baka kung tinanong din sila, anong okay na
Oo.
isagot?
Actually, syempre to be honest, there's a wide range din talaga ng salary, no? Especially it's based on the role din that we are offering, ganyan, or saan ka mas qualified na role. Very wide talaga yung yung range natin for ganyan, for expected salary. Siguro you can start with ano ba, for fresh grads, siguro start with 15 ganyan to 18. Siguro ganun yung mga safe na range currently. Pero
Okay,
again
so
hindi naman siya limited to that lang. Ayun.
Sir Ryan, I hope na sagot yon. Yun ang okay na range, but maybe alamin
Yeah.
mo rin yung range dun sa particular position that you're applying for.
Yes.
Baka kasi
To add to
depende sa
that,
position din.
to add to that as well, syempre for fresh grads, siguro tip din to students, no, I think don't be limited to salary at the onset. Alam mo yun, get experiences as much as you can. Kasi eventually money will follow naman eh. Alam mo yun, if you have good experience, if you have good working experience and marami kang natutunan from the previous companies that you've had, money, alam mo yun, salary will eventually follow in the long run. Ayun.
Thank you, Miss Sheena. Si Sir Ryan ay nag-comment na thank you po. So, I guess
Thank you
na-address
din.
natin ang kanyang ang kanyang concern. Thank you, Sir Ryan. Actually, marami na kami naging webinar and ngayon ko lang siya nakita na bring up. And thankfully, na-share nga natin tong question na to and si Miss Sheena may mga na-share na tips din on how to answer kung hiningan nga kayo ng expected salary. So thank you, Ms. Sheena, again. I would like to flash yung inyong certificate. Unless may pahabol, mukha namang wala. This is Certificate
Okay.
of Appreciation. Certificate is awarded to Ms. Sheena Abellera-De for imparting her valuable insights and knowledge during the BulSU PESA webinar for graduating students in partnership with Jobs180.com with the title Marketing Me Live at Bulacan State University given this 9th day of October 2020. So, That is
Okay,
your
thank you so
e-certificate,
much.
Sheena. I will figure out kung paano namin mapadala to sa inyo so that you will have a copy of this e-certificate.
Yes, thank you very much for this opportunity to share din dito sa Bulacan State University. Salamat jobs180.com.
Kasi Sheena, pahabol uli sa ating mga viewers, know more about the company and to know kung ano yung current openings, visit jobs180.com/TDO. Nag-flash siya sa ilalim ng screen nyo. Yan. Send your questions, comments then, and mag-relay din kami sa kay Miss Sheena kung may pahabol kayo. So, thank you very much, Miss Sheena.
Thank you.
We'll
Have a
see you
nice
again
day.
sa future
Bye-bye.
webinars. Bye. So we can now move on to our last topic. Our last topic will be coming from the Department of Labor and Employment in Bulacan. And to formally introduce, in the government service since 1980, began conducting trainings and seminars as a resource speaker in 1989, former head of DOLE Aurora Provincial Office in 2011, assigned at the Philippine Embassy in Kuwait from 2012 to 2013 as an administrative staff. A senior labor and employment officer for 20 years in DOLE, graduate of Bachelor on Business Management from Polytechnic University of the Philippines, and studied Master in Public Administration at Bulacan State University. So we would like to introduce Senior Labor and Employment Officer in DOLE Bulacan, Mr. Lary S. Villanueva.
Okay,
So
magandang
good
hapon
afternoon,
sa
Sir
atin
Larry.
lahat. Good afternoon.
Yes,
Teka,
sir.
isi-share ko na yung ano ko, yung
Okay, sir,
aking,
pwede nyo na i-test yung inyong screen. While tinetest nyo, I'm sure na excited ang ating mga viewers hearing from their
ah,
very own, galing sa kanilang school mismo. So,
bale,
I hope
share the
na...
screen na, okay, teka lang.
Sige, sir.
Application windows, then ito po. Kasi ito yung magiging batayan nila pag sila ay nakapasok na sa isang company, ano ba yung mga dapat na kanilang malaman with regard sa kanilang mga basic rights and duties bilang isang empleyado.
Yes. So
Okay?
kanina
We can
nagbibigay kaming tips kung paano makapasok. Ito naman very important pag nandun na kayo mismo.
Yes,
So
yes.
Sir Larry, malinaw na po ang aming screen. Nakikita namin full screen ang inyong presentation. Babalik
Okay.
na lang po ako ulit sa ating Q&A. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. At magandang hapon po sa ating lahat, sa lahat po ng mga sumusubaybay ito ng webinar natin. Thank you sa BulSU for inviting us to discuss this labor education for graduating student na malaking may tutulong sa ating mga newly hired or soon to be employed. Kasi karamihan ng mga manggagawa or yung mga newly hired, hindi nila alam yung mga basic na rights ng mga workers, lalo na medyo mabigat ang kompetisyon ngayon. Kailangan alam din natin ano ba yung mga basic rights na isang manggagawa. We're going to discuss the following basic workers basic rights and duties para at least alam nyo at least medyo guided kayo paano ba ano ba yung swelduhan, ano ba yung dapat naming matanggap pag kami ay nagtatrabaho during the rest days, holidays, paano ba yung computation ng mga tulad ng overtime. Now, we can discuss ngayon ay yung ano ba yung mga labor standards. Pag sinabi po labor standards, ito po yung mga batayan na dapat na makuha ng isang manggagawa at the minimum level. Sinasabi pong minimum level, ito yung pamantayan. Pwedeng tumaas pero hindi siya pwedeng bumaba sa itinakda ng ating batas. Sinasabi po dito, dapat alam natin ano ba yung work days and work hours. Kailan tayo papasok at kailan tayo dapat nasa loob ng opisina o tanggapan, anong oras dapat tayo nandoon. We're also going to discuss ano po ba yung wage. Paano tayo nakakakuha ng wage natin? Gaya ng tanong kanina, ano ba dapat yung pamantayan sa sweldo? Ang sweldo po kasi, nag-umpisa tayo sa basic. Then may mga wage-related benefits. Ano po ba itong mga binibigay dapat sa isang manggagawa? Then pag-usapan din po natin yung mga safe working condition na kung saan dapat ang isang manggagawa ay pinakikita or ibinibigay ang kanilang kaligtasan sa pagpasok nila sa isang pagawaan. Dapat safe. And then, pag-usapan din natin ano ba yung mga rest days and holidays kasi marami tayo nito. Lalo na pag mga rest days, yun pala pag nagtrabaho tayo merong dagdag. Lalo na yung mga holidays. Pag nagtrabaho tayo dito sa holidays, paano ba kinukompute? Mamaya lahat ito ituturo ko sa inyo. Meron ding mga leaves na dapat tayong malaman. Meron pong iba't ibang leaves para sa babae, para sa lalaki, na dapat natin malaman ano-ano ba ito. Pag-uusapan din po natin yung mga social legislation na kung saan may mga benefits na dapat makuha isang manggagawa pero hindi natin alam na yun pala ay dapat sa akin mapunta. And also, para mas maigi at malaman natin ano ba ang isang kalagayan o katayuan ng isang manggagawa. Ito po yung tinatawag na security of tenure. Paano siya nagpapatuloy sa isang paggawaan at paano siya natatanggal sa isang paggawaan. Bakit natatanggal ang isang manggagawa? Yan po yung mga dapat nating pag-aralan at mapapag-aralan. At also, we're going to discuss ano ba yung mga duties na employees. Kasi sinasabi may basic rights tayo, meron tayong mga duties din bilang isang manggagawa. Okay, sige. Umpisa na po tayo. Pag sinabi pong work days and work hours, ito po yung work days na refers to any day during which an employee is regularly required to work. Ibig sabihin, ito yung mga araw na dapat ang isang manggagawa ay nasa pagawaan at dapat magtrabaho regularly. Ito yung araw, minsan kasi sa isang linggo, 5, sa isang linggo, 6. Ito yung work days. Pag lumagpas po sa pampito, ito yung sinasabing rest day na dapat bayaran. Ano naman po yung hours of work? Ito yung hours of work ay refers to all the time the employee renders actual work, yung oras ng pagtatrabaho mo as required to be on duty or to be at the prescribed workplace. Ang normal working hours po ng isang manggagawa ay sinasabi po ay 8 oras lang. Kasama po dito yung breaks, rest period na less than an hour but dapat ito ay bayad. But excluded yung mga meal period or lagpas na 1 oras na ito ay hindi dapat mabayaran pero humahaba ang kanyang oras doon sa loob ng paggawaan. Pag pinag-usapan naman po yung wage, ito yung tinatanggap natin. Ito yung mga amount to an employee is in exchange for tasks, piece work, or service rendered for an employee, for an employer. Ito po ay kasama ang overtime, night differential, rest days, holidays, and 13th month. Ito yung dapat nating matanggap pag tayo ay nagtatrabaho na. Malinaw. So, pag sinabi naman po minimum wage, cover po yung all employees regardless of position, designation, status, or the methods by which the wages are paid. Ibig sabihin, pag minimum wage earner, ito po yung entry level. Ibig sabihin, pag sinabing entry level, ito yung pinakamababang posisyon ng empleyado na dapat bayaran ng minimum wage na itinakda ng ating batas or National Wage Productivity Board sa pamamagitan ng Regional Wage and Productivity Board sa Region 3. Sila po ang nagtatakda ng minimum wage po natin. Ito po yung halimbawa o ito po yung prevailing minimum wage rates dito sa ating Central Luzon. Pag po ang isang manggagawa ay nagtatrabaho sa isang pagawaan na nag-i-employ na more than 10 workers, dapat po ay kumikita siya sa isang araw na 420. Yan po yung batayan na sweldo dito po sa atin sa Central Luzon. Doon naman po sa mga nagtatrabaho sa mga retail services like for example yung mga maliliit na groceries, supermarket na retail po ang kanilang pagbebenta, ang kanila pong sweldo ay 409 kung employing 16 or more workers. Pag less than po ay 395. Iba din naman po ang sweldo sa pagdating sa National Capital Region. Mas mataas sa kanila. Nag-i-start sa 500 hanggang po sa 537. Hopefully, by the end of the year, magkaroon po tayo ng wage increase. Yun po yung pinapanalangin ng iba, lalo na po ngayong pandemic. Ano? Okay. Pag kinukompute naman po yung mga wages, paano po ba kinukompute yung sweldo pagdating ng overtime? Pag ordinary days, ang ating pong sweldo ay dinidivide natin sa 8 oras. Pag lumagpas po ng 8 oras, doon po tayo sinasabing nakakakuha na ng overtime number. Tapos ito po ay babayaran ng 125% kada hourly rate. Iba rin po ang pasweldo ng overtime during the rest days, special days, or regular holidays. Dito po ay binabayaran kada oras ng 130% kada oras. Ito po yung sample ng computation para po sa mga ating pong sumusubaybay at para at least guided sila. Ito pala yung overtime pay kada oras. After the 8-hour period ng pagtatrabaho, dapat ang overtime ko pala kada susunod na oras ay 65 pesos and 62 centavos kada oras ng aking susunod na sa 8 oras. Sana. Pag rest day naman at special holidays, regular holidays, dapat bayaran ako ng medyo natakpan ng ating ayan, medyo natakpan po hindi ko na-click eh. Hide ko lang muna. Okay. Bayaran po sila ng teka, yan. 68 pesos and 25 centavos kada oras. Malaki, no? Kasi pag tayo ay nagtatrabaho lamang ng regular days, ang kada rate po natin ay 52 pesos and 50. Hindi ko po na-edit yung isa yan. Paano naman po kinocompute ang ating sweldo kung ang ating trabaho ay nangyari during special holiday? Pag tayo po ay pumasok during special holiday, dapat po bayaran tayo ng 130% ng ating basic pay. Kung special holidays naman po at na-schedule po siya ng ating rest day, dapat bayaran tayo ng 150% ng basic pay natin. Pag regular holiday, definitely ito po yung tinatawag na double pay or times 2 of your minimum salary or yung daily salary, no? Pag kayo ay medyo mataas sa minimum, magkano po yung ating daily wage na salary natin? Ang regular holiday po natin, pag tayo ay nagtrabaho, which is also scheduled, our rest days ay nakukompute ng 260%. Ito po yung sample nila. Malaki po, ano? Pag special holidays, 546 po. Pag special holidays is also scheduled our rest days, 630%. 630 pesos. Regular holidays, double pay po ng 420, magiging 840 pesos po ang sweldo natin kung papasok tayo. Pag regular holidays is also scheduled our rest days, dapat po ay bayaran tayo ng 1,092 pesos ang kada araw. Minsan po kasi nadodoble pa, nadadagdagan pa ng isa. Lalo na po nung last holiday po natin ng April 9, which is also scheduled Bataan Day or kasama po yung Good Friday, nagiging triple po yung kanilang sweldo. Ano? Mali na po, yan po yung paano compute ng sweldo during special holidays and regular holidays. Paano naman po kinukompute? May tanong po kasi may mga katanungan po. Pag po pa ako hindi pumasok during the regular holiday, Ang regular holiday po, yung tinitingnan natin na pag sa kalendaryo, color red na numbers or yung days, yung date na pula sa kalendaryo. Pag di po tayo pumasok, dapat bayaran din po tayo ng basic pay. But kailangan po tayong pumasok ng day before the holiday. Example, May 1. Hindi tayo pumasok pero dapat pumasok ka ng April 30. Dapat mabayaran ka doon. Pero pag hindi ka pumasok ng April 30 at hindi ka rin pumasok ng May 1, wala kang sweldo. Pero hindi ka pumasok ng April 30 but pumasok ka ng May 1, double pay po ang sweldo mo. Ngayon naman, pag ang mga manggagawa ay nasa graveyard shift or yung tinatawag na panggabi, mula alas 10 ng gabi hanggang alas 6 ng kinabukasan, dapat po ang sweldo po niya ay may dagdag na 10%. Parang sinasabi, babayaran siya ng 462 pesos na basic pay. Yun po yung night shift premium. Ngayon, pag ang isang manggagawa ay dumating po ang December, siya po ay masaya dahil nakakatanggap po siya ng 13th month. Paano po kinukompute ang 13th month pay? Total basic salary earned for the period or for the year exclusive of overtime, hindi po kasama overtime, holiday, yon lang pong basic salary. Total niya for mula January hanggang December, di-divide po natin sa 12, yun po yung kanyang 13th month. Ang tanong, pag po ba ang isang manggagawa ay nakadalawang buwan lamang at nag-resign or natanggal, siya po ba ay may 13th month? Meron po, kasi po siya po ay nagtrabaho at meron po siyang tinatawag na 13th month proportionate. I-divide po yung sweldo po niya sa isang buwan ng 12, yun po, kung naka-isang buwan po siya, yun po yung 13th month niya, proportionate lang po. Ibig sabihin, kung may sweldo po siya ng 12,000 at na-terminate siya, nag-resign, naka-isang buwan lang po siya at 2 araw, meron po siyang 1,000 na 13th month proportionate. Malinaw po. Sige po, patuloy po tayo. Ito naman po service charges. Ito po yung bago eh. Kasi po last year, pag ang isang manggagawa or previous year, pag isang manggagawa ay nagtatrabaho sa isang restaurant at ang restaurant po ay nagkukubra ng service charge, dati 85% sa mga manggagawa at 15% po doon sa company kung saan ay ito po yung kabayaran doon sa mga nasira, nawala, natapon ng mga gamit. Pero ngayon po, sa bagong batas, lahat po ng service charges ay ibinibigay po lahat sa mga manggagawa, equally divided sa lahat ng manggagawa doon sa establishment na nag-charge ng mga service fees or service charges. Malinaw po. Next po, ano po ba yung mga rest days and holidays? Ang rest days po ay sinasabi refers to any period not less than 24 consecutive hours after not more than 6 consecutive work days. Ito po yung sinasabi nating pampitong araw sa isang linggo. Dapat po ang isang manggagawa ay naka-rest siya doon sa pampitong araw ng kanyang trabaho. Hindi naman po kung sinabing Sunday, rest day. Meron din pong Monday, pwede pong kayong pumili kung anong rest day ang gusto natin. Holidays. Ang holidays po, regular holidays po, meron po tayong 12 for the year. Dapat po itong holidays na to, pag pinasok natin, double pay po gaya po ng aking tinuran o sinabi po kanina. Meron din po tayong special holidays na kung saan meron tayong 5 national holidays at meron din po tayong 5 or hanggang 6 na special holidays dito sa province of Bulacan. Pag sinabi pong special holidays, may tanong po na pag ang isa po bang local government unit ay nag-declare si mayor ng special holiday, ito po ba ay dapat mabigyan ng special holiday premium? Sa katunayan po, lahat po ng holidays, dapat po ito ay declared by the competent public authority. na sinasabi na ito po ay dapat dineclare ng Pangulo or ng Kongreso. Pag dineclare lang po ng mga mayors or mga governors ay hindi po siya nabibigyan ng premium. Ano po? Teka lang po, saglit lang po at medyo maraming bata po sa labas. Pasensya na. Ayan. Yun po, napag-usapan po natin yung mga monetary benefits ng mga manggagawa. Meron din po non-monetary benefits na dapat makuha or magkaroon ang isang manggagawa tulad po ng safe working condition. Sinasabi po ng batas, right ng mga manggagawa na employers must provide workers of every kind of on-the-job protection against injury, sickness, or death through safe and helpful working condition. Kasama na po dyan yung appropriate seats, lighting, ventilation, separate facilities for men and women, adequate passages. Kasama na rin po yung mga appropriate safety devices, PPEs, lalo na ngayon sa panahon ng pandemic, lahat po ng mga frontliners natin, dapat sila po ay mayroong PPEs, hindi lang po face mask or goggle or face shield, kasama na po yung kumpletong PPEs. Kasama na rin po sa safe working condition ay ang pagpo-provide po ng medicine, medical supplies, or first aid kits. Pre-medical and dental, ito po ay pinoprovide ng mga companies, lalo na po yung mga malalaki na kung kaya po ay dapat bigyan ng pre-medical at dental services ang ating mga manggagawa. Kung kaya po, pero po pag hindi kaya, at least yung mga basic na protection po para sa mga workers ay dapat ibigay. Yan po yung safe working condition. Pag naman po sinasabing hazardous job, ito po tandaan po natin mga manggagawa or mga soon to be employed. Pag po kayo ay nagtrabaho sa isang technical job or gumagamit ng mga chemical, dapat po yung sinabi kong mga PPEs ay dapat nakahanda na. Kasi po may mga hazardous job na dapat po tayo maprotektahan. Kasi sa Department of Labor o sa ating mandato ng batas, mas binibigyan pa namin ng konting luwag yung monetary, pero pagdating po sa hazardous or the safe working condition, wala po kaming dapat na luwagan. Dapat po medyo higpitan ang pagpapatupad ng tamang pagbibigay ng safe working condition. Dapat po lahat ng employer ay sumusunod dito. Yan po. Kasi po, mahirap po na masugatan ng isang manggagawa at ito po ay malaking asunto ang mangyayari. Ano po, hindi lamang po nawala ng trabaho, kundi po malaking problema sa both parties, sa manggagawa at sa mga pagawaan. Ngayon, pag-usapan naman po natin yung mga paid leaves. Meron po tayong 6 na paid leaves o yung tawag natin pinapayagang magpahinga ang isang manggagawa. Isa-isahin po natin. Pag po ang isang manggagawa ay naka-1 taon na sa loob ng kanyang pagawaan o sa kanyang pagtatrabaho, meron po siyang 5 araw na paid leave sa susunod na taon. Kung ayaw niyo pong gamitin, pwede niya po itong maging pera. Kasi po para po sa ganon, dagdag na benepisyo sa kanya. Pag ito po ay pwedeng gamitin bakasyon o kaya nagkasakit ang isang manggagawa, pwede po mag-claim ng service incentive leave na babayaran yung kanyang pagliban sa kanyang tanggapan. Another na leave ay ito po yung maternity. Ang maternity leave po ay para sa mga babae na manganganak at meron po silang 105 days na leave na kung saan babayaran po ng SSS at yung pong kakulangan ay babayaran po ng management. Dapat po ang isang manggagawa or isang babaeng manganganak ay siya po ay member ng SSS. Ang tanong, kasama po ba dito ang miscarriage or yung nakunan? Kasama po, basta po nagkaroon po ng pagluluwal sa sa kanyang sinapupunan. Ano po? Nanganak or nagkaroon ng miscarriage. Paternity. Ang paternity leave po ay ginagamit ng mga lalaki ang naasawa niya ay manganganak or nanganganak or pagkapanganak. Meron pong 7 araw na binibigay ang batas sa isang manggagawa na ang asawa niya ay manganganak. No, 7 araw para sa mga kalalakihan. Meron din po tayong leave or pwedeng lumiban ang isang solo parents. Ito po yung tinatawag na solo parents leave. Kung ang isang manggagawa ay solo nagpapalaki ng kanyang mga anak, ay kung kailangan po siyang lumiban dahil may sakit or mag-a-attend ng mga meeting ng anak, pinapayagan po ng batas na mag-file ng leave ang solo parents for 7 days for the whole year. Hindi naman po pwedeng diretso or pwedeng by schedule. Another leave, yung ito pong violence against women and children. Pag ang isang babae ay sabihin na natin na nasalbahe or nabastos, ganyan, kailangan niya mag-file ng kaso, pinapayagan po ng batas na siya po ay magbakasyon at mag-file ng leave hanggang sa 10 araw. Ito po may bayad. Lahat po ng pinag-uusapan nating leave ay mayroong bayad. Kaya po tandaan natin, karapatan po ng isang babae na protektahan ang kanyang sarili at may pagtanggol. Kung may mga bumabasta sa kanya, pinapayagan po ng batas na mag-file po siya ng leave na 10 araw. And then the last leave, ito po yung Magna Carta for Women. Just in case ang isang babae nagkaroon po ng mga gynecological disorder, ibig po sabihin, nagkaroon po siya ng breast cancer or ng cancer sa kanyang puwerta, pinapayagan po siya ng batas na mag-file ng leave as much as 2 months. Depende po sa sinasabi ng doktor. Kung sinabi po ng doktor 1 month lang, pwede. Pag sinabi po ng doktor na 2 months, pwede po siyang mag-file ng leave. Paid po ito. Ano po? Yan po yung 6 na leaves na dapat makuha ng isang babae. And then, ito po yung mga social legislation na dapat na matanggap ng isang mga manggagawa. Ito po yung mga batas na pinatutupad na kung sakali pang nagkaroon ng problema o na aksidente, permanent loss, dapat magkaroon ng income substitution. Pag po nagkaroon ng aksidente sa loob ng paggawaan, dapat ma-rehabilitate ang isang manggagawa. Bigyan ng financial assistance, bigyan ng mga social needs, at lalo-lalo na po bigyan ng social benefit. Like for example, SSS PhilHealth Pag-ibig, na kung saan ito po ay parang insurance na magsisiguro na kung magka-problema ng isang manggagawa ay may tutugon sa kanila. Easy benefits, ito po yung employees compensation kung saan ang isang manggagawa ay naputulan ng parte ng katawan, nabalian, na permanent loss, binabayaran po siya ng insurance. Ano po? Ang retirement po natin ay 60 years old to 65 years old. Ayan po. Yan po yung mga workers' benefits and rights and duties. Ngayon, pag-usapan naman po natin paano po ba natatanggal ang isang manggagawa. Sinasabi ng batas, every employee shall be assured of security of tenure. No employee can be dismissed from work except for just cause or authorized cause. Dalawa po yan, just cause at authorized cause, and only after due process. Pag sinabi pong due process, ito po yung kung saan ay binibigyan ng pagkakataon magpaliwanag ang isang manggagawa. Isa-isahin po natin. Pag just cause po, natatanggal ang isang manggagawa dahil meron po siyang ginawa na mga wrongdoings doon sa loob ng paggawaan. Kasama na po yun, misconduct, hindi pagsunod sa mga lawful orders ng connected sa trabaho, gross and habitual neglect, fraud or willful breach of trust, commission of crime, at mga kahalintulad na mga pangyayari. Matatanggal ka dyan. Pag tinanggal ka dyan, ay dapat ikaw ay dumaan sa due process. Mamaya papaliwanag natin. Pag naman po authorized cause, this refers to an economic circumstances not due to employer's fault, including redundancy, introducing labor-saving device, retrenchment to prevent loss, or closure or cessation of business. Yan po yung dalawang pagtatanggal sa isang manggagawa. Pag sinabi po tayo ay tinanggal, dapat po ay may due process. Pag sinabi pong due process, ito po tinitingnan na meron pong dapat na two notice rule. First notice, please explain bakit hindi ka namin dapat tanggalin. Dapat iyon yung una mong matanggap na memo sa iyo kumpanya. Second, dapat merong opportunity to explain yung empleyado. Hindi yung basta-basta tatanggalin kita. Pero pag napatunayan na kasalanan ng empleyado, dito na po papasok ang yung notice of decision to dismiss. Kasi nakita or dumaan sa proseso na talagang kasalanan ng empleyado. Yun po yung tinatawag na due process. Ito po ay hindi, pag dumaan po sa due process, na naligiging legal po yung pagtatanggal sa isang empleyado. Pag authorized cause naman po, ang isang empleyado matatanggal pero hindi dapat abruptly or immediately tatanggalin. Dapat meron po pa rin po siya na 30-day period para magkaroon ng turnover, clearances. Yun po yung due process para sa mga authorized cause. Malinaw po. Pag tinanggal po ang isang empleyado, ito po ay mababayaran kung ang pagkakatanggal sa iyo ay authorized. Ibig sabihin, nagsasara, malulugi, or may mga kailangan si kumpanya na magtanggal or magbawas ng tao. Yan po ang mga batayang babayad sa kanya ng isang pagawaan. Ano po? Yan, half salary, 13-month proportion, last salary, unpaid leaves, and other benefits. Kung illegally dismissed naman po, hindi siya dumaan sa due process, illegal po ang pagkakatanggal sa kanya. Ang mababayad po sa kanya, yung mga sinabi ko po sa binabayad sa pag-authorized cost. Malinaw po? Okay. Eto na tayo, last part. Kung ang manggagawa ay may karapatan, sinasabi dito, kung may karapatan, ang bawat manggagawa may kakibat din itong mga tungkulin. Meron pong tatlong tungkulin ang isang manggagawa. Duty to obey, duty to exercise skill and care, at duty of good faith and loyalty. Pag sinabi pong duty to obey, dapat po ang lahat po ng kanyang susundin ay sinatawag na reasonable at lawful. Yung naaayon sa batas at yung naaayon doon sa itinakda ng pagawaan na dapat sundin ng isang manggagawa. Sufficiently known to employee at in connection with duties of the employee. Yun po yung kanyang duty. Kasi pagpasok po natin sa isang paggawaan, sasabihin lahat, ito ang mga duties mo, ito yung mga policies, ito yung dapat mo sundin. Dapat yun ang iyong duty na sundin ang lahat ng mga patakaran sa loob ng paggawaan. Malinaw. Next po ay yung tinatawag na duty of skill and care. Sinasabi ditong duty na ito, dapat ang isang empleyado must have the basic competence for the assigned duties. Kasi during the interview or the application, pinakita mo lahat kagalingan mo, kasanayan mo, pero pagdating sa aktual na pagtatrabaho ng isang manggagawa ay hindi ka pala competent. Pwede kang matanggal. Employees must exercise the care in carrying out the assigned duties. Kasi initially, ang isang manggagawa ay dumadaan sa probationary period. Pag hindi mo na ipakita yung competence mo during the probationary period, dito ka ma-appraise or mamomonitor na ikaw pala ay hindi qualified. Pwede ka matanggal. Kaya nga, ang duty natin ay dapat natin ipakita ang ating kagalingan. Violation of this duty is a ground for dismissal if the violation or gross or habitual. Parati kang hindi sumusunod, yung performance mo ay 2 consecutive ratings while poor performance ka, pwede ka nang tanggalin. Kasi habitual na eh. Hindi ka pala magaling, pwede ka matanggal. Malinaw? Okay po. And the last duty, ito po yung good faith and loyalty. This is violated when there is a gross misconduct, fraud or willful breach of trust or commission of crimes. Dito nawawala yung tiwala sa iyo ng iyong employer. Lalo na kung ang employer mo ay may kalabang isang kumpanya na iyon ang iyong pinapatronize, nakita ka ng kumpanya na iyon ang instead na yung produkto ninyo, ang iyong bilin, ay yung binibili mo yung sa kalaban niya. Dito nawawala ang trust and confidence ng isang pagawaan. Lalo na kung ikaw ay nakagawa ng mga crimes against the employer. Diyan ka na nawawala ang iyong diyan nawawala ang tiwala ng iyong pagawaan or yung may-ari ng iyong kumpanya. Kaya nga dapat sa isang manggagawa, sundin po natin itong duty of good faith and loyalty. Dito, magtatagal ka sa isang pagawaan. Kaya po kung titingnan natin, meron po tayong 3 duty. Nabasa po natin yung binasa ko kanina, yung mga batas na dapat kayo ay meron or mga benefits, at dapat din po kayo ay merong mga duties na dapat sundin. 3 lang po yan. Duty to obey, exercise skills, and duty of good faith and loyalty. Malinaw po, nadinig at naintindihan. Kung meron po tayong katanungan, ay pwede po tayong laan ng mga questions at sa akin pong kakayahan ay masasagot po natin. Okay po, things to remember, yan po. Kaya po sa mga manggagawa na tayo po ay magiging manggagawa, keep safe po, ingatan po natin ang ating kalusugan at magpatuloy po tayo maghanap ng magandang trabaho para sa ating futures. Maraming salamat at magandang hapon. Okay, thank you and good day.
Thank you, sir.
Yes
Yung
po.
topic natin, merong parts na medyo technical. So, invite ko ang ating viewers na pwede nyo balikan itong video ni Sir Lary sa aming Facebook page kung saan ipopost yung recording nitong live video. Para halimbawa yung mga computation, yung mga araw, balikan nyo para maalala nyo ng masabuti.
Apo.
Tapos nabanggit din ni Sir Lary yung SSS, Pag-ibig, PhilHealth. Alala ko lang, part to ng presentation ni Sir Kim kanina. So, hindi nyo ulit review.
Tama po.
Sir Lary, meron akong mga tanong dito para sa inyo. Number
Opo.
1, anong pwedeng tulong na mahingi ng mga unemployed ngayon, lalo na sa pandemic sa DOLE po?
Ay, oo. Yung sa mga naging unemployed or doon po muna tayo doon sa mga nawalan.
Sige po.
Nawalan ng trabaho. Ngayon po ay meron po tayong sinasabing unemployment insurance from the SSS. Kasi po ay sila po naghuhulog for more than 3 years. Sila po ay makaka-claim ng as much as 20,000 pesos na parang calamity loan or sabihin na natin na emergency loan. Yun po. Pero ang DOLE po, para po masigurado maka-claim sila, ang Department of Labor po ay nag-i-issue ng Certificate of Unemployment. Punta lang po sa aming tanggapan or pwede po pumunta sa website ng DOLE para po makakuha ng Certificate of Unemployment at maipasa sa Social Security. Previously po, meron kaming mga DOLE camp, kaya lang po ito tapos na. Tapos meron po tayo yung sa OWA, yung mga DOLE AKAP na kung saan lahat po ng mga distressed, unemployed of overseas Filipino workers can claim 10,000 financial assistance from OWA. Yan po ay part ng DOLE mitigating assistance para doon sa mga nawalan ng trabaho. Opo. Yes po.
Sige po, sir. Ito po ang yung side na para sa nawalan ng trabaho. Paano po yung sa mga naghahanap ng trabaho?
Yun po sa mga naghahanap ng trabaho. Doon po sa mga naghahanap ng trabaho, wala pong problema. Kasi po, sa ngayon po, siguro in coordination with other peso, ang mga peso po natin ay sinasabihan po namin ng manguha or magkuha ng mga vacancies para po ready po yung ating mga constituents na mga makalapit sa kanilang mga peso offices. And this coming October 26, basta last week ng October, meron pong job fair na ikukondak ang provincial peso po natin. Ito po ay online. punta lang po sa website ng PYS Peso at magkakaroon po tayo ng job fair. Tuloy-tuloy po ng mga pa-job fair natin at lahat po ng mga walk-in applicants, tinutulungan din po ng Department of Labor pag po gusto nila maghanap ng trabaho. Ready available naman po ang opisina namin at nire-refer po namin sila sa mga tanggapan na kung saan pwede silang mai-refer or mai-recommend for employment.
Okay, so thank you, Sir Lary. Yan po ang ating sa ating mga viewers, whether na kung matanggalan ng trabaho dahil sa pandemic or kung naghahanap ng trabaho. Ito po ang ating mga options. Doon naman tayo, Sir Lary, dito sa question na to. Ano po ang process na pwede gawin ng mga workers kung meron tayong employer na lumalabag sa rights nila?
Ay,
So,
oo,
saan
sige.
sila lalapit na office? Mga ganun po.
Okay, sige po. Pag po nalalabag ang ating rights, kasi doon sa mga binasa ko or diniscuss ko kanina, yun po yung mga basic rights. Ano po? Pag ang isang empleyado ay hindi nabibigyan ng tamang sweldo, tamang benepisyo, nilalabag, na ang iyong karapatan bilang isang manggagawa, ay pwede pong sumangguni sa Department of Labor and Employment. Ang aming pong tanggapan ay matatagpuan sa dito po sa may crossing, sa likod ng Jollibee. Doon po kami matatagpuan. Or kung meron po tayong mga viewers na kung saan ay sa Pampanga sila, meron po tayong opisina na matatagpuan po sa atin pong regional office po doon sa Maintis. Yun po. At saka doon po sa mga ibang viewers natin, basta po yung pinakamalapit na DOLE po sa inyong lugar, pwede po kayo doon mag-file ng request. Lalo na yung mga hindi pinasosweldo, hindi binibigyan ng benefits, pwede po natin patawag si management para sabihin sa kanila na ibigay yung kanilang tamang sweldo or tamang benepisyo. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Sir Lary. Kaya napaka-importante para sa ating mga viewers na alam natin itong ating basic rights.
Yes, opo.
Ulit, para sa ating mga viewers na kung hindi na take note lahat, di maalala lahat, balikan na lang natin itong video ni Sir Lary na nakapost ang recording sa aming Facebook page. So, Sir Lary, thank you very much.
Okay,
Basahin
thank
ko
you
ang
rin.
certificate para sa inyo.
Thank you,
Share
Sir
ko
Robert.
sa inyo ang inyong e-certificate na ipapadala namin sa inyo. Ulit, Certificate of Appreciation. This certificate is awarded to Mr. Lary S. Villanueva, imparting his valuable insights and knowledge during the BulSU PESO webinar for graduating students in partnership with Jobs180.com with the title Marketing Me Live at Bulacan State University, given this 9th day of October 2020. Thank you very much, Sir Larry. Again,
Okay, thank
kami
you.
na tutulong magpadala sa inyo nitong e-certificate para meron
Okay,
kayong copy.
sige.
Thank
Okay,
you very
thank
much,
you.
sir.
Okay, thank you. God bless po sa atin. Keep safe.
Kaya din po, sir. Okay, so mag-wrap up na tayo. Thank you very much sa ating mga viewers ngayon na nandito nung simula until dulo, pati nun sa mga humahabol. Nandito kayo until the end. Thank you very much. As mentioned kanina, this is done in collaboration with Bulacan State University. So I would like to invite once again Dr. Wenceslao M. Valerio, Head of Bulacan State University Placement and Public Employment Service Office for the closing remarks. Sir?
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. And then sa ating mga speakers. So before we wrap up, I just want to add one more thing. I know we are facing this period of uncertainty. No? Alam naman natin na lahat ng marami sa ating mga kababayan, no? Nawalan ng mga trabaho, hanap buhay dahil nga sa pandemic. No? Pero sa ating mga viewers, sa mga BulSUans, so gusto lang namin ipabot sa inyo na nandito ang BulSU Peso, ang Jobs180.com na handang sumuporta at gumabay so para sa mga future careers, no? Sa mga darating na panahon after your graduation. So narinig naman natin yung mga tips ng ating mga speakers. So lahat namang yan ay mga paghamon lang sa atin sa ating mga nararanasan sa ngayon. So things may be uncertain now, but let's look forward to better days, even more than we ever had. So okay, on behalf of the whole team, no, sa pangunguna po ng aming masipag na presidente ng BulSU, na si Dr. Cecilia S. Nabasero Gascon, sa aming Vice Chancellor ng Student Affairs and Services, sa Associate Professor Joseph Roy Celestino. Kasama na rin po si Ma'am Doris Tigno, ang aming Director ng Student Welfare. So I would like to thank everyone to spending your afternoon here with us, and I hope that you gain more valuable insight from our wonderful guests, speakers, Mr. Kim, Ms. Sheena, and Mr. Lary. We are also pleased to have you all today. I know you got a lot on your table, but still accepted our invitation to share your knowledge. We all wish you the best in finding your purpose and place in this world. Thanks again and keep safe, everyone. God bless.
Thank you, Sir Wency, for sharing your closing remarks para sa ating mga viewers. So, final announcements para sa ating mga viewers. Pwede kayo sumama sa aming webinars na for other schools or for area center. Ang pinakamalapit ay ang aming webinar na gagawin sa October 13. Ang target namin ay mga schools sa Makati at Taguig. Pero again, tignan nyo na lang ang topics. Merong iba dyan na pwede mag-apply sa inyo. Pwede kayong makisali, makisama, mag-comment ng mga questions nyo. Sana makita rin namin kayo doon or sa iba naming mga webinar sa future. So, paki-like na lang aming page para mabigyan kayo ng mga update regarding this. With that said, I would like to thank our speakers again, Sir Kim, Sheena, Sir Lary, and we hope na ang ating mga viewers, pati mga manonood later on, kung na hindi nakasama sa atin ngayon, ay may natutunan. Message lang ang Jobs 180 kung may kakailanganin kayo. So this closes our program today. Once again, this is Robert from Jobs 180. Stay safe, everyone. See you soon and goodbye.